Welcome into another season of Baltimore Dodgers baseball. I'm Rob Stadnick, joined alongside with one of the many Matthews that we have this season. Matthew Peterson's going to take the first turn of the color commentary with me. Matthew, welcome aboard.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be aboard. I'm very excited to join the crew and hopefully have a successful season for the Dodgers.
And the Dodgers looking to get off on the right foot after making the playoffs 1 year ago. They ended last season with an 18-22 record, did sneak in, got that number one wild card spot, and won their first game. Unfortunately got swept by the Redbirds, who are perennial championship contenders, who we're also going to see tomorrow night. But tonight they start off against a team that they've fared kind of well against, 8-12 over the Dodgers' time in the league. They're taking on the Herndon Braves.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of this kind of league is it's constant turnover. We see new players and new faces coming each season. So every time you face off against a team, it's a chance to get revenge from last time, but it's also a chance to see plenty of new faces on both dugouts.
Well, it looks like we're going to be getting started here pretty soon as we got a 7 o'clock scheduled first pitch. So we're going to turn over the broadcast to Matthew Kleindienst for the starting lineups. He's a PA announcer today.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Joe Cannon Stadium for opening day at the 2018 Cal Ripken League between the Herndon Braves and your Baltimore Dodgers. Here is your starting lineup for the visiting Braves. Batting first, the designated hitter from South Florida State University, number 3, Brent Norwood. Batting second, the shortstop from Hofstra University, number 17, Austin Gauthier. Batting third, the first baseman from Hofstra University, number 49, Rob Weishire. Batting fourth, the left fielder from Grambling State University, number 2, Nick Wheeler. Batting fifth, the center fielder from St. Joseph's University, number 13, Tim Johnson. Batting sixth, the right fielder from Wilmington University, number 1, Dakota Graham. Batting seventh, the second baseman from Mars Hill College, number 5, Cody Klein. Batting eighth, the third baseman from the Citadel, number 20, Adam Colin. And batting ninth, the catcher from Wilmington University, number 44, Frank Nigro. And your starting pitcher for the Braves from the University of Tampa, number 7, John DeFazio.
All right, and there's the starting lineups for the visiting Herndon Braves. We're going to get to the starting lineups for the Baltimore Dodgers in just a second as the home plate meeting is still taking place, maybe a little bit longer than what we're used to here, but who knows? We're getting close to starting at 7 o'clock, and those of you that may have watched us last year know that that was a bit of a problem last year, but it looks like we're going to get started on time, so that's good. You know, it's nice to have you here. What are you looking forward to most about doing this gig with us?
Yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled to be here, and baseball is one of those sports that when you're broadcasting it, you've got time to talk about a lot of things and cover a lot of areas, so I'm really excited just to go through all phases of the game with all these players up and coming, all college players trying to make, you know, their MLB dreams come true one day, and we can see on this platform here.
And we're going to get to the Dodgers starting lineup.
And now here is your starting lineup for the Baltimore Dodgers. Batting first for the Dodgers, a center fielder from Virginia Commonwealth University, number 8, Alexander Taylor. Batting second for the Dodgers, a shortstop from Hillsborough Community College, number 1, DeAndre Shelton. Batting third for the Dodgers, the first baseman from the University of Pittsburgh, number 12, Michael McManus. Batting fourth for the Dodgers, the catcher from Villanova University, number 33, Colin Berg. Batting fifth, the third baseman from High Point University, number 10, Paul DePino. Batting sixth, the designated hitter from Hartford Community College, number 45, Paul Nixon. Batting seventh, the second baseman from Hofstra University, number 9, Miles Mensa. Batting eighth for the Dodgers, the right fielder from West Virginia University Institute of Technology, number 22, Daryl Torres. And batting ninth, the left fielder from Sacramento State University, number 16, Trevor Doyle. And your starting pitcher for the Baltimore Dodgers from Northern Kentucky University, number 24, Jordan Menfee. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, and may God bless America.
I won't deny it. I'm a straight rider. You don't want to give up me. Got the police busting at me, but they can't do nothing to me. I'm wondering why we do it. Got the police busting, get down for this, but they can't do nothing to me. Money over.
All right, well, there's your starting lineups, and Jordan Menfee on the mound taking his warm-up pitches. This is Menfee's third season with the Baltimore Dodgers. Actually took last year off. But big, tall, fireballing right-hander. I asked him when we were waiting in the parking lot for the stadium to open today if he's gotten his fastball under control, because coming out of high school was just kind of rocking fire and really hard. But he said he thinks he's got it going.
You know, he stands tall, too. He's quite the tree. 6'4", 225 pounds. When you're up on that mound as a batter, that's got to be intimidating to look down the barrel at.
Yeah, he's and a good kid as well. You know, like I said, we got him coming out of high school, and he's always, you know, upbeat and happy. It's just, you know, sometimes he just couldn't get that arm under control, as you know, as it was just a problem. But hopefully he's worked on it up in Northern Kentucky, and we're just about ready to get underway as the throw down by Colin Berg, and we're getting ready to start things off as standing
Now
in
batting for the Braves,
Alex Taylor,
designated
the center
hitter
fielder.
from South Florida State University, number 3, Brett Norwood.
And that was the Dodgers starting hitter that I just announced.
Brett Norwood out of South Florida State University, and he's going to be going into his junior year come next season.
Norwood batting out of the left side batter's box against the right-handed pitching Menfee. We'll get you the defensive alignment for the Dodgers here in just a second. There's a fastball missing up high to Norwood.
Menfee made 46 appearances last season at Northern Kentucky University.
And a fastball fouled away, count even. Had a ball and a strike at third base in front of the bag. Paul DePino at shortstop is DeAndre Shelton. Miles Mensa at second base. Let me go back to the other page here. Over at first base is Michael McManus. That's 1-1 pitch is going to miss down and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. Outfield left to right is Doyle, Taylor, and Torres. That's your defensive alignment for the Dodgers. As Menfee comes set, working completely out of the set here, and he delivers, and that missing as well. And behind 3 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff hitter, Brett Norwood. Menfee again with the set, the 3-1. A little fister, and it's going to land foul over by the Dodger bullpen.
Norwood last season hit .338, 6 home runs, and 27 RBIs, so he is no stranger to getting on base here as he's a leadoff hitter for the Braves.
Full count now for that leadoff hitter as Menfee comes set, and he'll come home. Line drive out in the center field, coming on, but letting it drop is Taylor out in center. And a leadoff single for the Braves as Norwood reaches on a solid line drive single out into center.
Batting second for the Braves, shortstop from Hofstra University, number 17, Austin Gauthier.
Good patience by Norwood on that at-bat there. He waited for his pitch, he built up the count, and then he put it right back to where it came from, right down the middle.
Now the Dodgers coming in playing their first game of the season as Austin Gauthier stands in. He takes a fastball that's going to miss inside. The Braves, however, had a game yesterday. They went to extra innings against the Gaithersburg Giants. They blew a 2-run lead in the 9th, scored 3 in the top of the 11th, and then almost blew that again. Line drive out in the right, going back, getting turned around a little bit, but making a diving catch is Torres. A little bit of an adventure out there in right field.
Made a difficult catch, made an easy catch look a little difficult there. He got turned around, twisted around every different direction there. Game of twister for him in right field.
And Torres is actually listed as an infielder on the Dodgers roster, so maybe that coming into play just a little bit.
Yeah, Torres really a versatile player. You can put him all over the diamond.
And he makes a fantastic play there to save extra bases. Rob Weishire now standing in. Right-handed hitter. Runner goes. Check swing. Look down to first base. He didn't go. No throw as the ball was in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes to Weishauer.
Yep, and Brett Norwood, no surprise they took off there. He has 24 stolen bases. He is a gunner, and he can move fast.
So now he's at second base with 1 away. Trying to break the ice here in this first game at Joe Cannon Stadium, the 2018 season. He's off with a pitch again. High fastball, throw down to third is into left field. He's going to get up and he's going to come in, and the throw is not in time. And 2 steals and an error. And the Braves are on the board, 1-0.
You know, I said that 24 stolen bases 1 pitch too soon because that man just took off like a bullet. He can really move around the diamond. He just showed the Dodgers right there. 1 on the board, like you said, 1 out, and he went from first to home without a single hit there by any other batter.
So for the Dodgers, not exactly the start they wanted as a hit and 2 stolen bases and an error. Just kind of put the damper on this opening day already. It's 1-0. Is now a fastball missing outside, and Weishire heading the count 3 balls and no strikes.
Hopefully Menfee can get himself under control here and just to get the next out. That's all he can do, focus on 1 more batter at a time.
And that one's in there. 3 balls and 1 strike now as Menfee getting himself back into the count. Nick Wheeler, the on-deck batter. Slightly open stance for Weishauer. The 3-1 pitch. Hard line drive over the shortstop's head and out into left field. Weishauer taking a hard turnaround first, but he's going to stop right there with another single. 2 hits in the inning for the Braves.
Coming up now.
Batting fourth for the Braves, left fielder from Grambling State University, number 2, Nick Wheeler.
You heard it right there, Nick Wheeler from Grambling State. He's from Chicago, Illinois. He's 5'10", 205 pounds, so not the tallest build, but he's definitely got a lot of muscle to go behind that bat.
Takes the first pitch off the inside corner. Menfee backing him off with an off-speed pitch.
Wheeler last season had 18 hits and 1 home run at Grambling State.
The 1-0 is going to miss outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
You got to wonder how fatigued the Braves are coming into this game. We talked about playing 11 innings of baseball just one night ago. You're going to have a little rest here.
Menfee comes set, the 2-0. And that's a fastball that's in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, you mentioned 11 innings of work, but honestly, I'm not sure how tired they're going to be. They
Brett
played
Norwood's
16.
definitely not tired.
Right. They played 16 of their players in that game, that 11-inning ball game. About half of their team came in the 6th inning as the 2-1's going to miss up and in. 3 balls and 1 strike. It's Menfee in danger of walking a batter here.
And that's the beauty of this Cal Ripken League here. You see a lot of players coming in and out all the time, and you can get players rested and get them out in the field.
Menfee comes set, the 3-1. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. That'll run the count full, and we'll see if Weishire is on the move here on a 3-2 pitch with 1 away.
Weishauer, plays at Hofstra University, and he's got 2 brothers who also have or do play there.
Ground ball to second, could be 2, but a bobble there by the second baseman, Mensa. They're just going to be able to get the 1. And Wheeler reaching first base on a fielder's choice as Weishauer's forced out at second. Could have gotten the pitcher out of the inning there, but unfortunately the little bit of a bobble and a runner at first base and 2 away as Tim Johnson, the center fielder, is going to take his turn at the plate.
Johnson, not the strongest hitter last season, only averaged 107, had 3 hits and 1 run. Played at St. Joseph's University.
Fastball up, but swung on and missed by Johnson.
Big swing and a miss there. He was really going for the fences in that one.
And another swing and a miss here, and Menfee ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Haven't seen that a lot in the early going in this ball game, but good for the big righty here as he tries to get the final out and get out of the inning with just allowing the 1 run. Runner's going, throw down to second base in the dirt, but it's picked. Oh, now they're going to call him safe. Umpire with a little bit of an indecision.
It looked like he had him for a moment there, and then second baseman Miles Mensa just couldn't quite hold on to the ball. I think it popped out right at the end there, right as Nick Wheeler was heading for second.
Yeah, throw beat him in plenty of time.
It looked like he was going to be a goner for sure.
And Menfee staring in for the sign. The 1-2 on the way to the right-handed hitter. On the outside corner, Johnson down looking, and that's going to do it for the Braves in the top half of the first, but they push 1 across after a hit, a couple stolen bases, and an error. They take a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the first. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. bottom of the first inning. The Dodgers trail the Herndon Braves by a score of 1-0, and you'll actually, well, you don't get to hear me right now. Now you can hear me, and for just a second, you're going to get the score on the screen because I've been having some problems with that. Currently, I accidentally closed the window that I wasn't supposed to close. But Alex Taylor is going to start off, and Matthew interviewed him before the game, and we'll have him talk about him in just a second. It's the 1-0 pitch on the way.
Yeah, I was able to talk to Alex right before the game, and one of the big things I asked him is, when you join a team where it's a lot of new players and it's players from different backgrounds, a whole bunch of different schools, how hard is it to gel and to come together in such a short season? He said when it's teams like this, and it really comes out of the personalities of players, and that it seems like this is a group of a lot of outgoing guys who are just here to have a fun time, and most importantly, their team goal, like you put out, was to get to a championship and hopefully win it. So he's optimistic despite not knowing, just about anyone on this team until yesterday when they had the first practice.
Well, he fouls one off here. Down to the count, 1-2 strikes. Off-speed pitch popped high out behind second base. Going out is Gauthier. Coming in, though, and calling him off is Johnson, the center fielder. And Taylor out on the fly ball to center field. One away here in the Dodgers half of the first.
Yeah, he just got a little
Batting
too much
second
under
for the
that.
Dodgers, shortstop from Hillsborough Community College, number 1, DeAndre Shelton.
And it looked like that one might have just dropped down in that tough, no man's land between short, left, and center. Unfortunately for Alex Taylor, that was not the case.
Now D. Shelton standing in. He squares to bunt as the third baseman. Cullen was playing about even with the bag, but he takes a fastball up high. And I think we've got things set on the stream side of things here. It's right-handed pitching. DeFazio delivers a breaking ball in there for a strike that'll even the count at a ball and a strike.
Yep, DeFazio goes to the University of Tampa. He was on the JV team this past season. He's going to be entering his sophomore year in the fall. At the JV team, he was able to record 2-2 record and had 6 starts on 9 appearances, and an ERA of 6.11.
Shelton fouling back the 1-1 pitch. Well, hopefully we can get to him here with a +6 ERA here. Maybe we can put some runs on the board. The right-handed pitcher against the left-handed hitting Shelton. Time asked for at the plate as Shelton steps back and stands back in. Slightly open stance. DeFazio comes set. The 1-2. That's going to miss outside, though, leaving the count at 2-2 strikes.
D. Shelton comes from quite the baseball background. His father played at Northern Alabama, and he was drafted by the Chicago Cubs in the 17th round of the 1986 draft. So he's been around baseball just about his whole life, you could imagine.
And that's got to come in handy, especially when you start getting to the higher levels. The 2-2 missing outside. 3-2 strikes the count on Shelton. Shelton working the count here wonderfully. From White Garden, Florida, the lefty awaiting the right-hander's delivery. And that's going to miss, I guess, a little bit low, as it looked like it had the outside corner. But Shelton on first base with a walk. First base run of the game for the Dodgers.
Yep, just a great eye by Shelton
Batting
there.
third
Building
for
up
the
the
Dodgers,
count
first
like that.
baseman from the University of Pittsburgh, number 12, Michael McManus.
Shelton this past season over at Stetson Hatters had 5 walks, so he gets in 6 of the season right there. You combine those two teams. And right now, and stepping off the mound there is Menfee as he looks towards first, trying to keep D. Shelton at the first base right there.
Sorry about the quick little absence there. Had a bit of problem with the PA. Completely my fault. We had the players' music and we didn't have it set right, so it just kept looping and coming back on again every time we tried to kill it. That's completely my fault. The first delivery is going to miss outside. Throw over to first base to check on the runner Shelton, and he's back. 1-1 strike on McManus, left-handed hitting first baseman. Shelton did not attempt a steal this past season for Houston. Is a swing and a miss by McManus, leaving the count at a ball and a strike.
McManus, one of the younger players, going to be entering a sophomore year here at Pitt. And the 2-1 pitch right there.
A 2-1 count on the Dodger first baseman. Again, hitting from the left side. More lefties this year than I think the Dodgers have had in the past already.
That bullpen's full of righties. When you go out to the field, that's where you see the lefties.
So infield for the Braves with the FCA on their chest. It's a double play depth. The thrower to first base, just getting back there, was Shelton as he was leaning a little bit.
He's definitely got a pair of wheels underneath his legs right there, and he's looking to use them. As McManus, not the most experienced player so far at Pitt, only appeared in 3 games, but looking to get those numbers up with a good showing out here this summer.
Had him flinching again, and
There
got
he
him this
goes.
time at first base.
He gone.
As I think they saw what we saw the last time, is he was leaning the last time, so he was getting ready to go that time, and it just took a false step towards second, and that was it.
Usually when you take that generous lead and you get thrown back and you get safe the first time, you know, buyer beware, let's not do that again, but not the case for T. Shelton.
2-1 fastball up, but swung on and missed by McManus, and now just a strike away from getting out of the inning with a 1-2-3 inning. After walking the second batter of the inning, DeFazio will work from the stretch position, deliver the 2-2. Swung on and missed.
Whew.
Michael McManus down on strikes. And that's going to do it for the Dodgers. They go down in order. We're going to head to the second. The Dodgers trail the Braves 1-0. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Joe Cannon Stadium, where the Baltimore Dodgers trail the Herndon Braves by a score of 1-0. We're here in the top of the second inning.
Batting 6 for the Braves, right fielder from Wilmington University, number 1, Dakota Graham.
I'm Rob Stadnick alongside Matthew Peterson. Here in the broadcast booth, you can see just about the same view we've got if you're watching us on YouTube or Twitter, which, if you're hearing us, that's really the only way that you could be watching.
It's a beautiful day here at Joe Cannon. Not too hot, not too cold.
It is a little overcast. The first pitch missing. And the second pitch chopped down the third baseline off the glove of Paul DePino. And an infield single for Dakota Graham.
That's those tough ones right there, right down the line right there.
From Mars Hill College,
You have to wonder if the bag came into play in the mind of DePino right there as the ball was bouncing right around that third base bag.
Paul DePino is no stranger to third base, but he also plays all over the infield over at High Point, originally from Jacksonville, Maryland.
DePino playing with the Dodgers last year, unfortunately had his summer cut short because of a broken leg. It was a fastball in there for a strike. It was an away game, so I didn't actually get to see it, but our photographer was there, and he told me all about it. The pitcher covering first base kind of stepped across the line, and there's just a collision. He ends up hurting his leg, and now a pickoff attempt gets past the first baseman, and heading out to second base is Graham, and he's going to stop right there. And the Dodgers hurting themselves here in the early going. They had another error, this time charged to the pitcher, Menfee.
Yep, you know what? The Dodgers are giving up 5 stolen bases through 2 innings. We're not even through 2 innings right now. The numbers are just racking up here.
You know, they can't be giving away the easy bases. You got to work on the pitchers, or work on getting the hitters. I understand keeping the runners close, but sometimes it's more about just giving them the idea that you'll throw it over than actually trying to pick them off.
Sometimes those pitchers can get a little too fixated on the runners, and you just got to focus on the batter at times. And that was one of those situations where it just got away from him right there.
Yep, now runner at second base and nobody out as the 0-1 misses down, 1-1 the count. You mentioned a nice day. It's been overcast. A little bit of rain. As that one's going to miss up, I guess, a little bit. There's a 2-1 now the count on Cody Klein. We had a little bit of a drizzle in the early going, but it's nice and cool and somewhat breezy. The light's on here, but now the sun trying to peek through over to our left.
Cody Klein from Mars Hill College, and that's one of the big storylines here. There's a lot of teammates from universities on these 2 rosters playing together or playing against each other, as the Mars Hill has 2 players over on the Braves.
The 2-1 pitch missing down and away. The count runs to 3 balls and 1 strike. And Menfee having that difficulty with control that I mentioned at the top of the broadcast.
He's got the speed, just can he focus on the location?
Fastball catching the outside corner. That's the second time. It looks like they may be giving a little bit generous of a corner there. They strike out to end the first. Looked like maybe it could have been just a little bit off the outside.
That's just getting to know what the umpires, what his box is going to be that day, and it looks like it's going to be a big one for the pitcher, so batter won't be too fan of that.
As Menfee comes set, looks at second base, and he's going to come home with the 3-2. It's a breaking ball. That's going to miss inside. Actually, it might have been a changeup because it didn't look like it had much break on it, but it certainly wasn't the gas. And it's down to first goes Cody Klein. 2 runners on, nobody out for the Braves.
Batting 8th for the Braves, third baseman from the Citadel, number 20, Adam Colin.
Adam Colin will be going into his sophomore year. Appeared in 25 games at the Citadel this past season as a freshman, at .235 average with 6 RBIs.
He fouls off the first delivery here and off the fists out over into the parking lot. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Outfield straightaway, not a whole lot of wind to speak of at Joe Cannon today. Ball in the dirt, blocked by Berg, but
there they go.
The runners moving up as it got just a little bit away, and the runners were prepared to go up. So a wild pitch allowing both runners to move up 90 feet. And now 2 runners in scoring position for the number 8 hitter, Colin. Keep wanting to say Cologne.
The Dodgers really beat themselves up here. They're not giving up hits, but the runners are moving along the bases. They've got to get control of this ball right now.
1-1. Line drive or a little looping liner. It's going to fall in center field. That should score a pair. Is just getting it to it now is Taylor. Coming around to score from second base is Cody Klein. Graham easily coming in from third base on the base hit. Colin a pair of RBIs on the RBI single up the middle.
From Wilmington University, number 44, Frank Nigro.
The Dodgers now trailing 3-0 in the early going of this ball game.
Got to wonder how long they keep Menfee, and if they keep this up right now. Giving up 3, we're not through 2 yet. It's not looking good for the big right-handed pitcher.
So work from the stretch, slide step, and Nigro
Just
swinging
missed.
and missing. And when I say missing, I mean fouling the ball off weakly to the left. Slip of the tongue.
Frank Nigro goes to Wilmington University. Played yesterday for the Giants in their win against the Giants, had 1 hit and 1 RBI in that 8-7 victory.
And the Wilmington Wildcats in Division II actually lost in their regional tournament went 1-2 in that tournament, losing to St. Thomas Aquinas and beat Merrimack before being eliminated by New Haven 1-0 back on May the 20th. So they got to the regional, unfortunately couldn't get anywhere past that. There's another foul ball in the 0-2. Now hit on the ground towards short and getting under the glove of Shelton and just trickling out into left field. Nigro is going to be on with what you have to assume is probably a base hit, as that would have been a very difficult play for Nigro. Or excuse me, difficult play for Shelton on Nigro.
That's one of those dribbling ones for Shelton. It's going away for him. It's in the wrong hand for him, and that play was just never going to happen, even if he was able to get the glove on it cleanly.
So now 5 hits in the first inning plus for the Braves, plus a few stolen bases, wild pitches, and errors. As Medfield comes set, check the runner at second base, and come home.
Yep, so far the Braves have gotten their offense in just about every single way, shape, or form right now, between stolen bases, errors, and just hits as well.
I think the only thing left is hit by pitch, but, I mean, you certainly hope that doesn't happen. But this league, you see
everything.
Well, you see a lot of it, to be honest. We've had a couple guys that got hit by a lot of pitches. I mean, we play 40 games. We've seen like 11, 12 hit by pitches by one player before. So, I mean, that's a lot.
It's a lot of black and blue right there.
That's one every 4 games. Is the 0-1's going to miss down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. And a chopper over Menfie's head. And misplaying it is Shelton. Not an easy hop there, as he had to hurry. We'll see what they're going to rule that. Looks like they're going to rule it an error.
Batting for the Braves, shortstop from Hofstra.
Yeah, that's one Shelton wants back right there.
Gauthier.
He charged it. He made all the right calls, and he just couldn't quite get a glove on it the last second and just missed that important step right there. As manager Brown's going to come out here and talk to Menfie and sort things out right now.
Yeah, Derek Brown is going to come out and talk to his pitcher. Bases loaded here. 2 runs already across in the inning, and the Dodgers have yet to record an out, so he's got to kind of calm his young pitcher down, as looks like there's a little bit of movement down the bullpen. A catcher with some gear on going down there, so we could be seeing another pitcher warm up here shortly. Excuse me.
Up now bat Austin Gauthier. He flew out into center field last inning. If he does that again, that's going to bring another run, and that's when we may see a move at the pitcher.
Well, I think at this point, getting out is going to be some progress. With the bases loaded, nobody out here, you're going to want to get an out. Dodgers with the corners in, as a fastball catching the outside corner to Gauthier. As you mentioned, the fly ball he hit the last time actually turned around the right fielder Torres, and it could have been trouble. So hopefully no repeat of that. It's an off-speed pitch. It's going to miss down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's the second one that's got away from the catcher, Colin Berg. He's having some difficulty reading that fastball come from Jordan Menfie.
Middle infield for the Dodgers, double play depth, outfield straightaway, corners are in. And that ball in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Menfie working hard here, trying to get out of this jam. It's already allowed 2 in the inning. Dodgers trailing 3-0. The 2-1 pitch swung on and fouled into the glove of Colin Berg. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. This would be a big strikeout here if Menfie can get it, because then just 1 ground ball can get you out of the inning.
Absolutely. Also, you get 2 strikes on here. You're not thinking about getting the out. You're thinking about getting the strikeout.
Now time called is just as Menfie was coming set. Menfie will check the sign, come set, and come home with the 2-2. Off-speed pitch hit deep out into center. Taylor's going to make the catch and throw to third to keep the runners at first and second, but coming in to score on the sacrifice fly is Adam Colin, and the 4-0 lead now for the Braves.
Now batting for
like
the
you
Braves,
said,
first baseman
like you were saying,
Hofstra, number 49, Rob
getting an
Weishaupt.
out here is big.
Yeah.
Just getting that out, just kind of getting that feeling of getting an out is kind of a step in the right direction, as now the Dodgers trail 4-0.
It's not quite weight off both shoulders, just weight off one shoulder. You still got a runner in scoring position right now at second base. And we've seen how fast this Braves team is, so if that ball just barely gets away from anyone on this Dodgers team, they're going to be moving ahead.
Fastball missing outside to Weishire.
Weishire got on base the fielder's choice back in the first inning. He's already batting again in the second inning.
The 1-0 swung on a miss. The throw behind the runner at first base is in the dirt. And getting back safely over there at first is Brett Norwood.
You got to question Berg, their catcher. They've had a rough time holding on to the ball so far. It's an interesting move, throwing it across the diamond right there to first place. That ball gets away. All of a sudden, these runners are advancing, and you go from getting some weight off your shoulder, 2 outs, to all of a sudden having a man at third and second if that one gets away.
The runner could easily score from second there,
yeah,
as well as the ball would have been down the right field line. Now
That's
a breaking ball in the dirt.
Be a long throw there for Dario Torres all the way out there in right field.
Now Colin Berg's got a really good arm there behind the plate. And he certainly trusts it. And we saw it last year. He's very good at throwing out runners. So trying to get his pitcher out of a jam as well at the same time. It's a foul ball over by the third base coaching box, leaving the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Dodgers, looks like some movement in the bullpen.
Trying to pick out who's warming up there, but you don't want to bite off more than you can chew there, Berg. Like I said, you've already got a lot of damage going on so far. Don't overdo it and try to be a hero. You know, just focus on the batter.
2-2 pitch, little fister out behind home plate. Players converging, but it's going to fall out of play. And, well, they're going to push a gate open, which is a bad idea because if the ball goes out there, then the ball is out of play. So luckily the Braves are going to go ahead and shut that gate because that could cost the Dodgers a base.
Mm-hmm.
So
Braves just did him a big favor right there.
Right. I mean, if I'm the Braves, I'd leave that open in case somebody throws the ball out there. That might get them an extra base.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, Menfee will come set, and he'll come home with the 2-2 breaking ball in the dirt, getting away from Berg. Runner going to third, and the throw is in the dirt, and DePino couldn't make the catch.
Yep, he just couldn't quite. That's once again, we've seen that with Berg. He's gotten the ball at the right place at the right time. Just the fielder, in this time, DePino, unable to hold on to it and get the out right there. Great throw by Berg. It's low, and it's right on the money. If DePino can hold on to that one, we're going to the dugout if you're the Dodgers. Up to bat now is Nick Wheeler.
The fastball missing the outside corner, and Weishire,
Wheeler coming up now, excuse me.
who was still batting.
It looks like he's a whole new batter after all that went down.
Walks to first base and will load the bases again.
Number 2, Nick Wheeler.
Now Nick Wheeler coming to the plate. Just too much action.
Yeah,
just too much action. You're just like, wow, something must have just happened.
Anytime you see someone move, you think it's a hit, but it's just another stolen base for the Braves.
Menfee comes set, and he'll come home. And that's a fastball again in the dirt. So Menfee putting the ball on the ground with the fastball, and that's always difficult for a catcher.
Yeah, and you know, the Braves right now are getting dangerously close to just batting through the lineup. They've got 2 more batters until we're going to go top a whole full circle and have Dakota Graham. But it looks like I just jinxed that because they are out of the jam right now.
Well, I'm going to ask you to start doing that quite a bit more as Mensa starts the 4-6-3 double play to get the Dodgers out of it. All things considered, they gave up 3 runs, but that's
it. Could be a lot worse, I guess. You get your bases loaded right there.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Bases loaded with 1 out. You only give up the 3 runs. You're trailing 4-0 as you head to the it's just the bottom of the second. This Dodgers team can put up some runs.
Absolutely, they got to get the offense going right now. A lot of baseball left. We're only going to the bottom of the second. I'm curious to see if Menfee comes back for the top of the third. A lot of the runs have been given up. They've not been earned runs necessarily. It's poor decision-making on a lot of players' fault and just some errors all around. If they tidy that up, this 4-0 ball game is more like a 2-0 ball game.
Well, let's see if that Dodgers offense can get started this inning as we head to the bottom of the second. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. All right, welcome back to the bottom of the second inning. Well, Colin Berg will lead things off, the number 4 hitter, the catcher for the Dodgers, looking to get this offense jump-started as they trail 4-0.
Berg making his Dodgers return, played last season for them, recorded 13 games, had 6 runs, 5 hits, a double, and 3 RBIs with an overall 200 batting average.
Yeah, missed a large portion of the middle part of the season. He's in there for a strike, 0-2. Missed because of an injury. So him and DePino both played on the same summer league team in high school, the Evo Shield Canes. So they know each other. But both of them having their injuries just kind of hurt their summer season. Chopper to third, having to back up on it is Colon, throwing to first base and just getting the catcher, Colin Berg, as he hustles down to first base, but he's retired 5-3.
It's a game of inches when you see a play like that, because really that could have gone either way
from
there,
High
Rob.
Point University, number 10,
Absolutely.
Paul DePino.
Paul DePino will stand in. He got a couple words of probably some scouting report by his good friend Colin Berg, as Berg came back through the box and talked to his friend Nick DePino, probably telling him what to expect from the pitcher. And we'll see if it'd be nice if DePino could go yard because of that right here, as the first pitch is in there for a strike. That would be a nice jump start to the season, or to the offense, I should say.
DePino, only going to be a freshman this upcoming fall, has not actually played collegiate baseball just yet, but he is going to High Point.
As the fastball fouled back. It's down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The Dodgers swinging away here in the early going, have yet to collect a hit, but they did get a runner on at first base as D. Shelton drew the walk back in the first.
3 up, 3 down in the first. Let's see if we can get at least 4 in this one.
That would be nice.
That'd be a start.
It would be nice to get at least 4 runs in this one.
4 runs, all right.
4 runs would be nice. As DeFazio will come set, and he'll come home the 0-2. Little looper out behind short. Going back is Gauthier, but he's going to make the catch not quite in the triangle. As a pop out to short, and Paul DePino is retired.
Let's see what words of wisdom DePino has to exchange.
Hartford Community College, number 45, Paul Nixon.
Paul Nixon, the designated hitter. He's also a pitcher. That's right. You heard it. You heard that right. A pitcher is also their designated hitter. You don't see that very often, or ever.
No, not very often, unless you follow the Angels.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Or maybe the Yankees way back when. You know, it's before the DH, though, obviously.
As rare as a lefty catcher right there. That's how often you see it.
As Nixon taking a fastball up and in. Nixon, though, a big kid.
Yep.
6'3", 240. This dude, he's huge. When he makes me feel like a kid. I'm a good 15 years older than him. But when I was out there and saw him standing there, I'm like, wow.
There's some players when you walk in the locker room, you think you see, okay, obviously you're in college. And then there's some guys I'm like, nope, I want to see a birth certificate because you are way too big.
The 2-0 pitch, as the first 2 pitches missing.
He's also
to Nixon is in there for a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Just finishing up high school as well. Let's put that in perspective when you talk about the size of the guy. I mean, he's got a lot of baseball ahead of him.
DeFazio with the 2-1. That's going to catch the outside corner. Looked like a little off speed, maybe a changeup on that outside corner by DeFazio.
Yep, he was a 2018 Rawlings Perfect Game honorable mention here, Paul Nixon.
The 2-2 pitch to Nixon.
Ooh.
Fouled into the glove, but not being able to hold on is Nigro. And the count remained 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Nixon gets an extra life right there. That's one Nigro wants back. He could have held on to that one and recorded the out.
DeFazio playing in his second straight season with the Braves. Pitched in 8 games last year. 15 2/3 innings. Recorded a 4.02 ERA for Herndon. The 2-2. Chopper up the middle. Gauthier there gets the good hop. The throw to first will retire the Dodgers in order 6-3 on the putout as Paul Nixon goes down. We're going to head to the top of the third. The Dodgers have some catching up to do. It's 4-0 Braves. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball.
New pitcher for the Baltimore Dodgers from Lehigh University, number 35, Jason Reynolds. Now batting for the Braves, center fielder from St. Joseph's, number 13, Tim Johnson.
Johnson last season for St. Joseph's, making 14 appearances with 5 starts, batting 107. With 3 hits on the year, he's a computer science major.
Takes a fastball up and in. It's the only batter not to bat twice in the first 2 innings. He tries to check his swing at the high pitch, but is unable to, and he goes around now down the count. No, wait.
And a change on the mound as well.
1-1.
Jason Reynolds, the right-handed pitcher from Lehigh, from Sickerville, New Jersey. Also a big dude, 6'3", 215. He's going to be entering his junior year next season over at Lehigh. Led the team in strikeouts as a freshman. So he's quite the impressive pitcher.
1-2. Good curveball blocked there by Berg, but Johnson did not offer, and they'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's Reynolds working from the first base side out of the windup. Another breaking ball is going to be chopped foul over towards the Dodger dugout.
Reynolds this past season had an ERA of 3.6 and gave up 26 earned runs. So impressive stuff over 65 innings as well.
Tim Johnson, a strikeout victim his first time. 2-2 is a fastball. It's going to miss and go all the way to the backstop, leaving the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
So far, the only strikeout recorded for the Braves, Tim Johnson on that backwards K.
Only one of the, well, no, that's not true. The Dodgers have 1 as well. And just able to stay alive, getting a piece, Tim Johnson there. As we'll keep the count right where it's at, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson in yesterday's game went 0 for 3, scored a run, and struck out. So he's kind of on the similar start here today as a breaking ball swung on and missed. And that's 3 strikeouts on the young season for Johnson, the first strikeout of the game for Jason Reynolds.
Yep. Johnson just looked a little too early on that one. He was definitely not expecting a breaking ball coming his way. And the moment that ball came out of Reynolds' hand, Johnson knew he was not going to be able to land a bat on it, as he was way too early on that one.
Now Dakota Graham standing in as you hear the airplanes flying overhead as we're just down the road from BWI. So if you want to fly in and catch a game, it's a good place.
Absolutely.
Just get a quick little, you could get the shuttle over here, I'm sure. Chopper towards first. McManus picking it up right on the line and stepping on the bag at first. And he retires Graham with a 3 unassisted and 2 away here in the top of the third.
Batting for the Braves, second baseman from Mars Hill College, number 5, Cody Klein.
Cody Klein went all the way around last inning. He was able to record a run for the Braves, mostly on stolen bases like everyone else.
Well, the Dodgers hoping, ooh, words. Words. Dodgers hoping to get a little bit better command of the strike zone here with Reynolds as a breaking ball catches the strike zone and Klein down in the count, no balls and 1 strike as wild pitches and walks kind of hurt them in the first 2 innings as Menfee certainly struggled as another breaking ball in there for a strike.
Cody Klein going into his junior year in the upcoming fall, appeared in 46 games over at Mars Hill College. Like I said, he's got another teammate on this one. He's not the only one from Mars Hill. His teammate Devin Magnum is also a Mars Hill scholar.
As I mentioned, the walks and the wildness for the Dodgers. Reynolds just 25 walks in 65 innings pitched in his college season this year as a ground ball to second base is fielded cleanly by Mensah, and the Dodgers get the Braves down 1-2-3 as Mensah completes the out at first base. And we're going to head to the bottom of the third. We'll see if we can get those bats going. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Back here for the bottom of the third inning, the Baltimore Dodgers and the Herndon Braves.
Up to bat here for the Dodgers is Miles Mensah. Miles going to be a junior in the fall over at Hofstra University. And once again, another player who's not the only one from Hofstra here. On both sides of the ball, in both dugouts, are there a few Hofstra herd. As we await the 0-0 pitch, we've had 3 up, 3 down in the first 2 innings. Let's see if we can get 4 in this one at least. That's going to be a strike 1 there for Miles.
It's Miles Mensah, the second baseman for the Dodgers, standing in for the first time today. We got to get DeFazio off the minimum here. The 0-1. Mensah with a little bit of a weird swing there. It looked like he was kind of falling out when that pitch, or when he swung the bat there.
You know, that's the kind of swing right there. Whereas he's halfway through and he realizes he does not want to be swinging at this, but you've got to finish your swing.
And the breaking ball way out in front of that was Miles Mensah, and 1 out here for the Dodgers.
We're at the third inning. Miles Mensah only getting his first at-bat, and that just shows the offense that has not been here so far for the Dodgers. You got to think, you know, first game of this season, it may take a little while to get things go and get things moving, to get things chugging along here. But we're through almost 3 innings. If you're the Dodgers, you got to find a spark somewhere, and I want to see who brings it.
As the 8-hitter steps in, Daryl Torres.
Torres playing at West Virginia University Institute of Technology, but from just down the road in Parkville, Maryland, the 6'2", 190-pound batter. He's a righty. He started off his career playing at Iowa Southern Community College.
0-1 swung on and missed, and Parkville, well, not really my hometown, but where I've grown up most of my life. I went to Parkville High School, and he went there. I spoke with the athletic director, who actually was my baseball coach when I went there. He said he went there a couple seasons, but wasn't there all 4 years. So he didn't really have a whole lot of information for me. As fastball inside, getting the bat.
Yeah, for a second it looked like it got Torres, but just able to squeak away. Last season for Torres, he averaged 273 and recorded 25 RBIs along with 35 hits. Is this one going to fall?
There's a little looper foul into first base territory.
Just missing that one. Rob Weishire, first baseman, trying to get a mitt under it.
So new life here for Daryl Torres, as neither the first baseman nor the second baseman, Klein, are able to run that one down. So let's see if we can do something with it. Somebody's got to get that first hit for the Dodgers on the season.
I don't think we're going to see a no-hitter today, but we're on that track at the moment for the Braves.
There has not been a no-hitter pitched in Cal Ripken League history.
Got to be a first for everything.
Disagree. I mean, it's got to be, but it's not today.
It's not. It's tough to pitch. Tough to imagine a league like this where you're constantly moving players in and out. No coach is trying to get a pitcher out there for 9 whole innings. Even if he does have a no hitter through 5 or 6, he'd probably get pulled.
And there is a pitch count starting last year. After a certain number of pitches, they can't pitch again for another whole week if they go over a certain number of pitches.
And this kind of league here, you've got games just about every day. You get some breaks. It's very similar to your MLB schedule, and that's what it's designed to do. It's to test players on their endurance and if they can go day in and day out. So losing a pitcher for a whole week would be detrimental.
Yes, absolutely. So, tiny little personal records are probably not what you're going for.
Yeah.
As Trevor Doyle will stand in for the Dodgers.
The left fielder, Trevor Doyle, going to be a freshman in the fall.
Could be a hit as a little looper into center, but it's not. Coming in, making the catch is Johnson. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Yeah, I didn't think it happened so quickly.
The first pitch being put into play, and the Dodgers without a hit through the first time in the lineup.
Yep, before the game in the parking lot, you hear a couple of players are still getting to know each other's names, and I heard some players talking to Trevor Doyle saying, "We're just going to call you Las Vegas. We're just going to call you Vegas." Because you know what? When you've got to learn 25, 26 names in a few days, you'll take what you can get. If someone's from Vegas, they're going to get called Vegas, especially all the way out here in Maryland.
Yes, sir. And, that's worked pretty good in the majors. Kids from Vegas.
Chris Bryant, one.
Kind of. He's okay.
Bryce Harper, I think he's all right.
Yeah, they're all right. All right, so we're going to head to the top of the 4th inning. Dodgers trailing here 4-0. Again, taking the mound is Jason Reynolds, and we'll be back after this. This is Dodgers baseball.
For loving you, oh, but they don't know you like I do.
All right, we're back here for the top of the 4th inning. The Dodgers trailing this one 4-0. So Adam Cullen will stand in. Cullen, his last time singled, came around to score on the single by Nigro. He hits a ground ball to short. Up with it is Shelton. He took too much time.
Yep, absolutely. I was thinking that. He took one too many steps and had to get that out quick. Colin is a fast kid, and you have no time to waste when you're all the way at short there if you're D. Shelton.
Yeah, he almost played that like it was like a routine ground ball, but he had to go into the hole, deep into the hole to get that. That's one where you got to kind of plant and throw, and it's got to be quick. Unfortunately, a leadoff single here for the Braves.
You can't afford to throw it into your mitt once or twice and then fire it off.
As Frank Nigro now at the plate. Reynolds working from the stretch, and Nigro is going to lay one down. Reynolds is up with it, and he'll throw to first base to record the out. Nigro with a sacrifice bunt, and one away here in the fourth.
Nigro left on base at his last at bat, all the way at third when we finally saw inning come to an end as a double play by Nick Wheeler. But Nigro left at third, and it gets a sacrifice bunt this time.
As Brett Norwood coming in. As just have to pick on our PA announcer here for this evening. We all make mistakes. Believe me, we've made plenty of them. It happens. The foul ball here is going to get out of play.
Brent Norwood back in that first inning. We saw him go from first on a single all the way home, all on stolen bases. He took off for second, and then he just took off for third, and there was no stopping him. He immediately rounded third thanks to an error on a throw all the way to third, and he just took off for home and never looked back. This kid can move.
0-1, breaking ball, catching the outside corner. Nice little pitch there by Reynolds. As he's ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. This is the first time that Norwood's getting a look at the big righty. Well, this big righty, the other big righty.
Yeah, both pitchers so far for the Dodgers well over 6 feet tall.
As Reynolds comes set, checks the runner at second base, comes home with the 0-2. That's a fastball, and late on it is Norwood.
And one unlucky car in the parking lot there.
It's if everybody at home could hear it. The glass break. You might have caught it on our field mic. So runner at second base, 1 away. He singled. Reached second base on a sacrifice bunt. As Norwood awaits the 0-2. He just kind of fists one out towards second. Up there with it is Mensa, and they're going to retire Norwood for the first time today.
Yeah, Mensa really showing D. Shelton right there the kind of urgency you have to have when you're charging that ball. He wasted no time right there getting it to first. Immediately approached the ball, broke down, and got it out to first.
So Austin Gauthier now standing in. He's going to face off against Reynolds for the first time. Breaking ball, catching a lot of the plate, getting the strike call.
Gauthier 0-2 so far today. He flew out in the first inning. 0-for-1, excuse me. Thanks to that sacrifice fly that did bring one home.
The 0-1. Fouled off over towards the Dodger dugout. That one opened the gate too with a foul ball. Opened the gate over there on the Dodger side, or on the Braves sideline.
I think just a little wind's going to open up that gate at this point. I think the Braves are going to leave it open this time. It's just out of your guys' view, all the way there on the right side of your screen.
The 0-2 fastball is going to miss up high. If I could do the magic finger and put the finger in the view, actually I could. You can just reach up on the camera and you can actually kind of see it.
See, we don't quite have the technology to start drawing on the screen. We're getting there.
1-2, and that's fouled away over into the stands, and they'll keep the count at 1-2.
4-0 Dodgers trail. We are making our way here at the top of the fourth.
1-2 pitch on the way. Missing just a little bit high, even in the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gaither yet to reach first base, and let's hope that trend continues. As the Dodgers need to get out of this because they've got to get those bats working. As it is right now,
Dodgers surrendered 4 in the first 2, held them scoreless in the third. Let's see if we can keep that trend going.
Breaking ball on the inside corner.
He gone.
Gaither knew it as he started walking back to the dugout almost before Berg made the catch. So that's going to do it for the Braves. They get a runner to third base, but that's it.
Yep.
As we're heading to the bottom half of the fourth inning, it's the Braves 4, the Dodgers nothing. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball.
Nothing but tiny minds in this tiny town. And all they wanna do now, girl, is just put you down. 'Cause they're scared of a little bit of soul. They're scared when they lose control. They're scared of a girl who knows how to rock and roll. 'Cause you got a fire. You got a fire. Remember the first time I checked you out. I said I gotta find out what that little cool girl is about. Now you see me in the park after dark, right on top of that hill. Oh, but you don't have to ask me twice, 'cause you know that I will. 'Cause I ain't scared of a little bit of soul. I kinda like when I lose control. I ain't scared of a girl who knows how to rock and roll. 'Cause you got a fire. You got a fire. Yeah, you got a fire, little baby, and I ain't gonna put you out.
We're up here, let's say ECU right here. They're being rolled in the fall. He's spent the last 2 seasons so far. Alex Taylor playing over at West Virginia Atomic State.
Last time, fly ball out to center. Speaking of center, new center fielder, we believe, in the ball game. That's Vinny Costello.
Posture against one of his teammates, Miles Munson, second baseman.
Look outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Alex Taylor. Now, the reason I say I'm not sure if he's in center, I just know he took the place in the center field. He could have moved the players around positionally. Kind of hard. We don't have any sort of. We just got the umpire yelling at him.
Yeah.
Number 19.
His father played baseball at LSU. His mom ran track at West Virginia, so quite the athletic background he comes from.
Absolutely. Probably fast.
Yeah, I gotta say so. I wonder if he's as fast as Brett Norwood, though. Man, he went from first to home, all on stolen bases back in the first. Dodgers had 3 up, 3 down in the last 3 innings. We get 4, and that's a good start to that, as Alex Taylor will take the walk right there to get a man on base.
Shelton's going to stand in. He drew a walk his last time, was picked off, dancing a little bit too much off first.
I think he learned his lesson there. He got a warning the first time, the second time they got him.
We'll see what Alex Taylor can do over there at first base as he reaches for the first time today.
Way outside.
First pitch, you heard Matthew mentioning, is going to be outside. I'm just going to call everybody Matthew. We have one broadcaster. His name's Ethan, but I'm pretty sure I'm just going to call him Matthew just so I don't confuse myself.
Just to make it simple,
I'm just going to say Matthew. It doesn't really matter.
Clean sweep.
Check over on the runner at first base. Taylor is not in time. Taylor 7 for 9 in stolen base attempts this year at college.
DeFazio.
DeFazio missing on 6 of his last 7 pitches. So maybe just a ploy, not a ploy, but a tactic to kind of get him to calm down, refocus. There was something I wanted to ask, and I didn't ask, because we follow Major League Baseball rules here in California. Is there a visit?
That's a great question.
That pitch is going to catch the outside corner at the knees on the shot. Likely call, but now back to the counter. We don't have the replay.
We don't
do the replay. But everything else pretty much has been, except of course the pitch count, because if you're in the major leagues, you can throw a guy 1,000 pitches and make a pitch the next day.
I think it's time to job the next day. That's just how it's going to be.
Shelton's swearing in. If you're just joining us, and you are, because we didn't switch back to the game, and we just talked for nothing, Dodgers with a runner on first base, a walk for Alex Shelton, and a 2-2 count on, or Alex Taylor, and a 2-2 count on D. Shelton. And a foul ball. It's going to get out of play over into the parking lot. I apologize. You said Matthew over here had some really good points to make, and
we'll just remake those points right now.
Right now, we can just uncross them off on our notes.
Yeah, but
say them again.
One thing that was missed, we did have a change for the Braves. Vinny Costello came out in replacement of Tim Johnson. Tim Johnson's playing center field. We're still trying to locate Vinny. Not exactly positive he just took his place in the batting order and if they made some changes defensively. But Vinny Costello, a Hofstra Herd player. He's alongside several other Hofstra players.
Hofstra Pride.
Excuse me.
I went to Towson University in the CAA, same conference as Hofstra, so that one I know. 3-2 pitch. That's going to miss outside, and the Dodgers have a runner in scoring position for the first time today.
I don't want to jinx it just yet, but as long as we don't get a triple play here, we should be. I don't want to jinx it, but we should be avoiding our very first 3-up, 3-down inning for the Dodgers, which is the start they need. And out comes the manager right now to talk to DeFazio. We may be seeing a change here for the Braves.
I haven't seen any pitchers warming up for the Braves, so doesn't look like we're going to be getting any of that anytime soon.
But yeah, this just seems to be one batter after another for DeFazio. He's just kind of losing his location. You're seeing where he's trying to put it, and he's just not quite putting it where he wants to. But he's got 2 men on board. He's got no outs, and that's the kind of thing where, more often than not, it can bite you in the butt. But at the same time, all of a sudden, one pitch and you could see a double or even the very rare triple play, and you're out of a jam.
Yeah, the last thing we need to see here is a double steal with a line drive to second base bag. That'd be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah,
that's like the worst thing in the world. Or a hard ground ball to third would kind of suck too.
I think,
Both of those would be like the worst. Absolute worst thing that we could probably see.
You only see a handful of triple plays in a season. I wonder if we're going to get our first one here in the Cal Ripken League.
A handful in the season? Shoot.
Maybe 1 or 2 in the season. Yeah, that's being generous.
I'm going to say, yeah, maybe not even 1. Mm-hmm. Like it probably averaged less than 1 a season.
We had 1 a few days ago. I'm trying to remember who recorded that.
And now McManus down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The first ball fouled away, and the second in there for a strike.
McManus, a local kid, played at St. Joseph College Prep right here in Baltimore. He was also a dual athlete. He played football in high school as well.
He's trying to drive in the Dodgers' first run of the 2014 season, or 2018 season with the first hit of the 2018 season.
How long have you been doing this,
Takes
Rob?
a fastball. Well, 2014, I think, was my first year doing it. But McManus down on strikes, looking the 4th strikeout of the game for DeFazio.
Yep, he's got, so far DeFazio had 2 looking and 2 swinging. He's got 4 strikeouts, and we're almost through 4 right here. Impressive stuff so far on the mound.
Well, a bit of a silver lining with that strikeout. Means the Dodgers will not go down in order here in the third inning, or fourth inning.
We will get at least 4 batters.
It's Colin Berg. Well, we're on our 4th batter right now. As Colin Berg taking the first pitch in the dirt. Good block by Nigro as he keeps everybody where they're at.
Colin Berg, another versatile athlete. He was a wrestler in high school and came 5th in state over in Delaware. You don't really see baseball and wrestling paired together.
No, I mean, unless you're talking about a catcher.
Yep, which is exactly what he is. He's low to the ground, and he's no stranger to it.
He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Middle infield for the Braves, obviously double play depth. Checking on the runner at second base in the form of Alex Taylor, but I can't imagine they're trying to go anywhere. Dodgers need runs, and I think this 3-0 count on Colin Berg may trigger some sort of movement in the bullpen for the Braves.
There's still not a lot of movement, though. No one's warming up at the moment.
Just kind of standing around in their
waiting
hoodies.
for the call, yeah. Trying to stay warm. Good way to stay warm and start throwing the ball around. But no action. As you can see all the way top right of your screen, the Braves bullpen.
No, if you can make out anything up there in the corner.
Just a couple dots right now.
DeFazio comes set, the 3-0, and that's going to miss way outside, and the runners would be moving up regardless of...
Just a little more kick in their step right there. As he's walked 3 so far this inning, and I think we're starting to get some movement in the bullpen. DeFazio had 3 great innings, just falling off a little bit, but bases loaded for the Dodgers. Will we finally get the offensive spark we've needed so far? Paul DePino flew out in the second inning. Got out, excuse me, over at shortstop.
As some defensive adjustments being made by the Braves manager as he came out almost to the first base coaching box. I thought he might have been yelling at the umpire or somebody else, but he was trying to communicate with his outfield. Bases loaded, 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Paul DePino takes a pitch in there for a strike. We need to break through.
Yep.
We need to break through. We are trailing 4-0 here. And base hit would do wonders. Take that no-no off the board. Take the shutout off the board. We'll take the shutout. Like I'll be happy with taking the shutout off the board. Fly ball out to center. Costello under it. Makes the catch. Runner coming to the plate. The ball's cut off. The throw home is not in time. It's coming in to score is Alex Taylor. A little bit slow to get up. Paul DePino drives in the first run for the Dodgers on the 2018 season.
Sacrifice fly, yep.
Yep.
Number 45, Paul Nixon.
And now the big righty, Paul Nixon, coming to the plate, grounded out to short his first time.
Yep. Big is an understatement. Like we talked about earlier, 6'3", 220, and a pitcher as well. He's got a home in Anaheim if he can just make it there.
Swing and a miss, high fastball. Late on that was Nixon.
That's the kind of pitch right there. If you're able just to get a little bit of your bat on it, it's going far.
Now, Joe Cannon Stadium, one of the bigger stadiums in the Cal Ripken League. I know you can't see it on your screen, but we can see it very clearly. Left center field. 380 to the power alley in left center field.
Wow.
Not 410 dead center.
And if you just want to play at that right field post, that's 310. A little more doable, a little harder for a righty batter.
Well, left field pole is 310 as well. So down the line's not too bad, but if you want to go gaps, we're talking triples.
Yep.
This field is insta triple. If you hit it in the gap and it rolls to the fence, you could moonwalk to triples. The 0-2 pitch missing to Nixon, and back into the count, a ball and 2 strikes. DeFazio asking his catcher to run through the signs one more time, and Nixon's going to back out. I actually saw a home run hit in last year's playoff game by Austin James at the time he was playing for the State College of Florida. He was the college he was at. He hit it over the left center field gap right underneath the scoreboard as Nixon swings and misses, and down go the Dodgers in the bottom of the fourth. But they put a run on the board, still no hits, but they put a run on the board. They trail 4-1 as we head to the fifth. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. All right, back here for the
Braves, number 49, Rob Weisheimer.
as Rob Weisheimer will stand in here in the
Another Hofstra
top of the
Pride
fifth.
player.
Sorry about that. My brain wasn't working for a second there. And he takes the first pitch in there for a strike. And that's going to miss. I was looking at the bottom of the order there. I was thinking somebody else was coming to the plate, but I was clearly wrong.
So far, Rob has gotten on a fielder's choice back in the first. He got walked in the second, and now we're seeing his third at-bat here in the fifth. They slowed down. It used to go all the way through the order back in the first 2 innings a little bit.
And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed on the high fastball, and Weisheimer down on strikes. That's the third strikeout of the game for Jason Reynolds, who has really calmed things down since coming in.
Yep, has yet to let up a run, you know, and all of a sudden, when your defense comes behind you, the offense can start playing a little better.
And the one hit he gave up was not hard contact by any means. His first pitch in the dirt. It was a ball softly hit in the gap, and his shortstop maybe took too much time to get the ball out of his hand and over to first base. But he was able to work out of that. Now Nick Wheeler grounded into a double play in the second, reach on a fielder's choice back in the first. So a couple ground balls. This time he fouls it out of play over towards the park.
Wheeler, another returning player for the Braves, last season appeared in 37 games, recorded 22 runs, 38 hits, and added 16 RBIs onto that with a .302 average.
And a fastball. Check swing. No, he didn't. He went around. And when I said no, he didn't, I mean no, he didn't check swing. He went around. I know those things can be confusing. I'll tell you, one of my biggest pet peeves is listening to the Baltimore Orioles broadcasts. As fastball misses here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Joe Angel always likes to say, the appeal down to first is denied, which is not technically accurate.
Is that the things that keep you up at night, Rob?
It does. It bothers me. 2-2 pitch. And unable to check his swing, actually just getting a piece into the glove
Is that
of
a
Colin
backwards
Berg.
K or a frontwards K on that one?
That's a swing and a miss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he couldn't quite decide, and that makes life difficult for us up here keeping score.
He couldn't decide. How can we decide?
Yep, the Grambling State player right there, Nick Wheeler, being retired for 2 up, 2 down so far. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jason Reynolds.
As now Vinny Costello will stand in.
Vinny Costello making his first appearance at bat, checking in for Tim Johnson earlier.
The 0-1. That's a breaking ball that's going to miss outside. As Costello waits the 1-1, and he takes a breaking ball in the dirt, evening the count, or I'm sorry, getting ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Costello went 0 for 3 in yesterday's ball game, scored a pair, walked, was hit by a pitch, and struck out 2 times. So we could use another strikeout here as the 2-1 pitch misses. So speaking of strikeouts, Tim Johnson struck out twice in the game, and his manager said, "That's enough for you."
Yeah.
We're putting
Especially
somebody else.
with the tempo that everyone else has been playing so far with getting on base. If Tim Johnson's the only one in the lineup who can't do that, you're going to get the plug pulled.
Now batting for the Braves, right fielder for Wilmington.
Vinny Costello now working the walk. He's on at first base, so struck out twice yesterday, gets into a position where the guy he replaces struck out twice, and he actually draws the walk. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike as Dakota Graham takes his turn at the plate. He singled in the second, came around to score after getting to second base on the error by Jordan Menfee, moved to third on a wild pitch, and finally scored on the single by Adam Colin. Fastball catching the outside corner, and then he grounded out to first in the third.
Dakota Graham, also another returning Brave. The team is full of them. Last season appeared in 37 games, recorded a batting average of .247, and picked up 12 RBIs to go along with that 1 home run.
The set and the 0-2. Throw down to second base is in time to get the out.
He got him.
And that's it, as Vinny Costello thrown out trying to steal. The out recorded 2-6, and that's going to do it for the Braves. And Dakota Graham's going to go ahead and start the inning off when we come back for the top of the 6th. But the Dodgers are going to try and inch a little bit closer, maybe get that first hit here in the bottom of the 5th. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Welcome back to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's the Baltimore Dodgers trailing the Herndon Braves by a score of 4-1. As Miles Mentz is going to lead things off for the Dodgers. Struck out his last time, part of a 1-2-3 third inning. DeFazio out there again with the no-hitter, but this could be it.
There it is.
As the shortstop Gauthier unable to come up with it clean, but I think that's got to be the first hit of the game, as that would have been a very difficult play to get the speedy Mensah.
Now batting the right fielder from West Virginia Tech.
Yep, that's one of those 50-50 ones right there, all the way at 6 right there for the shortstop to get him out. Going away from him down the line right there, it's a tough play for anyone.
Now Daryl Torres will stand in. He struck out looking his last time. As DeFazio will come set and come home. And that's a fastball that'll catch the inside corner for a strike.
Dodgers trying to get some offense moving along here, able to get their first run last inning. They trailed 4-1. Let's see if they can get some momentum build off that.
And a fastball fouled back to the backstop by Torres. He's down the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
We got a runner on first here for the Dodgers. Able to get one in last inning thanks to a sacrifice fly.
Throw over to first to check on the runner. Now Torres kind of ended the season with WVU IoT. WVU Tech, West Virginia Tech.
That's a mouthful right there.
It is. Ended the season pretty hot as he fouls one back to the screen. Multiple RBI games in 3 of his last 5 collegiate games. So
he's coming in playing the right baseball.
Right, coming into the season, at least in the mindset of driving in runs. Unfortunately, at this point, just his second at bat, hasn't had a runner in scoring position. It's only the first game of the year. Obviously, things are going to heat up. This is all new to a lot of these guys. So it's a matter of getting comfortable. And the Braves, there's a swing and a miss, and Torres down on strikes. That's the 6th strikeout of the game for DeFazio. The Braves with the benefit of already playing a game.
The Braves definitely have a better feel of how they're going to go about this season. Right now the Dodgers just putting their feet in the water here in the first game. Just testing out their players, seeing who can do what.
Now Trevor Doyle will stand in. The first delivery to him is popped high, and that's going to hit us on the head, I think. Hear it? There it is.
Right above us right here. Thanks to something called a ceiling, we were able to avoid any collision right there. But Trevor Doyle making his 2nd appearance at the plate, flew out into center field back in the 3rd inning.
Fun fact, Marcus Roof, the inventor of the ceiling, before that... Before that, everybody just had 4 walls, and it just rained on them.
How long have you waited to say that one? Since last summer?
Like 10 seconds. What are you talking about? I made that up on the spot. I can do dumb jokes on the spot. As Doyle, even in the count, a ball and a strike, and a little looper out behind short.
Get
Could
out.
this be another hit? No, it can't. I mean, it could have been if Gauthier tripped and fell or something like that, but he makes the catch. And now 2 away. It's Alex Taylor coming to the plate.
Alexander Taylor.
But hey, we're breaking protocol right now, going above more than 3 batters per inning at least, so we're getting there. Baby steps right now for the Dodgers offense. They only trail by 3. It seems like a lot more just based on the tempo of the game, but it's only 3 runs. All it takes is 1 swing of the bat, and we're right back in it.
Well, at the top of the order, this is the group to do it with, right? As your power guys are more at the top of your order, in the middle of your order. So now that we're there, we can maybe start getting some hits and some speed and see what we can do as far as getting some pop in the bats. The first pitch missing to Taylor. As we mentioned, this is a triples paradise. This field, not a lot of home runs. Just not a lot of home runs. We played a game, the Dodgers played a game last year at Johns Hopkins University. There's a ball missing down low. And that is what you would consider a bandbox. It's less than 300 down the lines. It's only like 380 to center. It's so tiny.
Yep, and that 30 feet difference between 410 and 380 can really change the game and what kind of players you bring in there.
Absolutely. I mean, a pop-up would be a home run at Johns Hopkins University, where here you would probably be breaking windows of cars on the street at Johns Hopkins if you hit one out. Hit one the same distance as you had here. Is throwing over to check on the runner. Taylor, a pitch ago, flinched as if he was going to run. So now he gets checked on 2 times in a row. That's what happens when you flinch.
Yeah, it looks like DeFazio, the pitcher, right there. He's got stealophobia. He does not want anyone going to second. He has checked back to first 3 straight pitches right there. He wants no business in a stolen base.
That is nothing. I think we have a record of something like 6 or 7 throwovers.
And as a righty pitcher, too. I mean, he's got eyes in the back of his head right there.
Well, we have, I think it was 2 years ago, our first baseman by the name of Shane Coker. First baseman. The guy is, he's decent speed for a first baseman. But he's not stealing bases. This guy is not going to be often running with the pitch. 7 straight throwovers. And I was just sitting up here. I almost quit. I was like, all right, I'm just going to let them do what they're going to do. Ahead in the count now, 3 balls and 1 strike is Taylor. The 3-1 pitch, that's going to be on the outside corner at the knees.
And it looked like Taylor was ready to get trotting down to first base right there. He's got 2 outs here. He's got to defend the plate here with a full count like this.
The runner at first base, Mensa, will be off at the pitch, so we can find a gap. We can get a run. First baseman, Weishire.
Playing way back there he goes.
Fly ball out in the center. Costello camping under it. He'll make the catch for out number 3 of the Dodgers. Get their first hit of the game, but they can't push any runs across as we head to the 6th. It's the Redbirds 4, the Dodgers 1. You're listening to Baltimore Dodgers baseball. And we're back for the top of the 6th inning. The Baltimore Dodgers trail 4-1 to the Herndon Braves. As Dakota Graham is, he's going to get another chance to hit. As he was at the plate when Costello got thrown out trying to steal second base.
He did get robbed 1 plate appearance here. Dakota Graham, the right fielder for the Braves here over at Wilmington University. He transferred from Eastern Kentucky, so he's been around. He knows what it's like to be on different teams and having to make new teammates, new friends with teammates.
And the 0-1 pitch going to miss up, evens the count at a ball and a strike. A little bit of throwing going down there in the Braves bullpen. Don't know if it's warm-up pitches or just warm-up pitches because it is a little chilly now.
Yeah, it is. You know what? When the sun came down here not too long ago, you could kind of start. We got a window open right here, and you can feel the breeze coming in. It's not too cold where it's unpleasant, but it's the kind of cold where you can start moving around and getting those limbs warm up.
Yeah, a little breezy. Like you said, we got the windows open. We got the door open here, and it can be nice certainly once you start hitting that summer heat. 1-1 pitch on the way. That's a nice pitch in there for a strike.
You know, it's funny we talk about this because I guarantee you in a few weeks we're going to be looking back thinking, why were we ever just even hinting at it being a little too chilly?
Well, good news is we got ourselves our little friend here, Albert Clifford,
Which
Ace,
is,
AC. He keeps us nice and cool up here.
Albert Clifford, good friends with Marcus Roof.
Yes.
We're just making up names right now with different parts of the box here.
2-2 pitch is going to miss outside. That'll run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Dakota Graham. Third base coach just making his way over to the third base coaching box now.
He's forgot his job for a moment there. Oh, that one's.
And a little fister that's going to land over by the Dodger bullpen.
Dakota Graham, has his favorite team down as the Baltimore Orioles, who picked up a 1-0 win today.
Good for them.
His major is sports management.
Dylan Bundy with a heck of a game. That was for sure. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Into the screen. It'll keep the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Been a rough start, but a rough season so far for the O's, especially when you're playing against the Yankees and the Dodgers so often in this tough AL East.
Well, they can't figure out what they can be. It's the 3-2 pitch on the way, and that's lashed out into left field. Coming over is Doyle. He's not going to make it, but it's going to land in foul territory as the ball slicing away from the left fielder Doyle. We were saying the Orioles can't figure out what they want to be. Are they going to be a team that can't pitch or a team that can't hit? Which is it going to be?
Well, the big decision is what are they going to do with Machado? Are they going to move him or are they going to keep him? That trade deadline is coming closer and closer. You think trade would be the smartest route?
Well, there's really no way that they're going to be able to keep him because I think it's a pretty good consensus here in Baltimore that he's gone. They're not going to be able to re-sign him. They're not competing this year,
or next year. So what I'm saying, if you're not competing the next 1 or 2 years, you might as well pick up a bunch of prospects for him.
Right. I mean, it's really your only option. Dakota Graham awaiting the 3-2 again, but it's going to have to wait even longer as Reynolds calls his catcher out to have a little bit of a chat.
Yep. Jason Reynolds came in relief of Jordan Menfee, who gave up 4 runs back in the first and the second inning. So far, Reynolds has been almost perfect in the run column. He's only given up a few walks and hits here and there, but nothing too big at all. Reynolds, a engineering major, so you know he's got it tough on and off the field when he's in the classroom, when he's on the practice field. Engineering is not something you can just walk over, especially when you're a student athlete. You got your time divvied up quite a bit.
And if you're just joining us, the Braves scored 1 in the first, 3 in the second. They gave them their 4, and the Dodgers with a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning. As now Dakota Graham works the walk, and the leadoff runner for the Braves on here in the top of the 6th. But that's how we got to our 4-1 score, as now Cody Klein coming to the plate. He walked and grounded out to second so far in today's game.
Cody Klein, the second baseman for the Braves. He's going to be a junior in the fall. Made 46 appearances, and last season for Mars Hill College. They just wrapped up their season. And he comes all the way from Stanfield, North Carolina.
And a fastball in there for a strike. As Reynolds ahead in the count, no balls and a strike. Runner at first base, nobody out. Mars Hill located in North Carolina. The breaking ball almost getting him.
Yeah.
I think he was waiting for that ball to break, and it really never did.
It looked like he wanted to swing at it, but he knew he just couldn't quite do that. Given that the ball was coming at him, he had to get out of the way there. One man on board here for the Braves, no outs, as we are here at the top of 6.
Reynolds will come set at the chest, and he's going to throw over. Had the runner leaning, but unable to hold on to the throw was McManus. The ball gets away. I don't know if he would have had him or not, but it would have been close.
It would have been close. I think it looked like, to me, Dakota Graham made the right decision by not going for it. It didn't quite get too far out of there. It stayed on the grass, so it wasn't going to start rolling over to the fences over there. But, God, just, wild throws right now and all these pickoff attempts by the Dodgers.
Cody Klein takes a pitch in there for a strike. Klein 0 for 1 today, was 0 for 1 yesterday as well. Was hit by a pitch, struck out, and stole a base. Dodgers hoping for another ground ball here. Maybe flip it. And get 2 outs here quickly as Klein now choking up on the bat with 2 strikes. Got a little Rizzo action. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down to second base, is in the dirt, and Mensah not able to hold on. Dodgers get the strikeout, but the stolen base by Graham. It's Colin Berg His throws are just a little bit low today.
Yep, and that's going to be what they're going to work on after this game, is just getting the throw from the catching position all the way to third and second, because it's not always been on Berg. There's been some drop balls. It's been on both sides of the equation so far.
And Reynolds, with his 5th strikeout, warming up for the Dodgers down in their bullpen, number 36, Joseph Peluso. Runner at second base and 1 away, and Reynolds almost losing the curveball there as Colin Berg had to get out of his crouch to keep that from going to the backstop.
And that would have been another stolen base, which has just been the headline of this game right now for the Braves, just picking up free bases. You know, you can't be shooting yourself in the foot so much for the Dodgers.
The 1-0 on the way. It's going to catch the outside corner. Again, a little bit of a outside corner extended.
That's what we've seen so far. As long as it's consistent as a batter, you're okay with that. As the game goes on, you get a feel of what the umpire is calling, what he's not calling.
1-1 pitch. Again, gets that outside corner.
A little generous, like we talked about.
We'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it gets us back to the bats and gets us some runs. Let's go.
You know, one thing that can attribute to just a slow offensive day is this is a wooden bat league, and these players go all season with a metal bat, and it's just a difference, and you just got to get used to it. It takes a little time, and a little more time than just one at-bat so far.
As the 1-2 pitch is chopped down there at the dirt. Oh, I mean, for sure. I bet you with an aluminum bat, you could probably hit tons of home runs out of here.
Yeah.
380, psh, that's nothing. With a wood bat, you got to put
That's
a charge
tough.
into that.
Yep, you've really got to you got to meet up, and you got to square up to the ball.
1-2 pitch. Fastball late on it. That's going to hit a car.
And runner still staying at second. All the way back there at second right now is Dakota Graham, who got on with a walk and made his way to second on a stolen base.
That is set by Reynolds. A check of the runner at second, and the 1-2 pitch. That one's going to miss the outside corner. Maybe a changeup or two-seamer. Looked like it was kind of running away from the left-handed
He's
hitter.
been pitching away from the batter this entire at-bat series. He's put him all outside. You can tell he's not comfortable giving him anything on the inside. He wants to make him chase and make him work for this one. You just got to give him something, though, to make it a strike at least.
2-2, off speed, ground ball to first. Right there is McManus. He's going to take it himself. Moving over to third base on the ground ball is Graham, and that's going to bring Frank Nigro up deep.
He's adding letters in right now. Frank Nigro making his third at-bat appearance. He was able to get on with a single back in the second, and he was able to, unfortunately, he got out in the 2-3 right there back in the fourth. I'm losing track of which team I'm rooting for.
As Nigro hits a little broken bat looper out to second base. And Mensa makes the catch, and that's going to do it for the Braves here in the sixth. We're going to go to the bottom half, and the Dodgers, man, somebody shake them, hit the alarm clock, got to wake them up.
Yeah, and hopefully it comes towards the top of the order right now. We just can't afford, and they're going to be coming in at an interesting spot here. Leading off, we're at the second. D. Shelton will be taking over here. So that's just where you want to be. Your second batter, you got to get a start here as we're running out of time here for the Dodgers.
All right, and we're going to come back with it. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. All right, we're back here for the bottom of the 6th. D. Shelton is going to lead things off for the Dodgers, and hopefully we can get some things rolling. Shelton's been on base twice via the walk. And he takes a fastball outside. New pitcher into the game for the Braves as John Kleins.
D. Shelton's got on twice with the walk. He got picked off back in the first inning. He was able to make it to second in the 4th before the inning got retired.
Shelton. Now, even in the count, a ball and a strike. John Kleins from VMI.
It's going to be a junior in the fall. He made 2 starts on 7 appearances this past season for VMI. Had an ERA of 7.71 through nearly 12 innings pitched. But he did record 14 strikeouts and gave up 18 walks.
18 walks. That's the big number in less than 12 innings pitched as a foul ball slapped over towards the batting cages there on the right side. It'll even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
This is definitely the time and place here for Kleins to work out those bugs and get those fixes because he's got a lot of work to do to get that number 18 down.
I think this is a good time for him to walk a bunch of batters and then give up some hits. So,
I mean, just overall in the season, we'll talk about that tomorrow, of course.
He can strike out as
Everyone
many
after this
pitches, as many guys as he wants except today and next week when we play them. I think it's Thursday.
Yep, that's all they're trying to do here in the California
And then the 2 times over there, but we're not calling those games, so we can't complain about it if we're not there. 2-2 pitch on the way. On the outside corner, there's that strikeout. And Shelton, not in agreement, but it's not his call.
It's another one of those, did he go or to backwards or frontwards, K? He thought about it, then he resisted the last second, and ended up being a strike. That was a disagreement right there. McManus 0 for 2 on the day. A strikeout swinging and looking.
Lefty-lefty matchup this time. His first baseman takes a fastball, catching that inside corner. That's the first time we've really seen that inside corner get that call. We've been seeing the outside corner, but not so much on the inside.
Yep, also another change that happened during the inning change right there was that catcher Bryce Leisure coming in from Citadel.
And a little lash down the left field line is going to be extra bases, maybe, as McManus slips going into first base, and he's going to have to hustle to get that double, and he gets the double.
Standing.
Now batting for the Dodgers, the catcher from Villanova, number 33, Colin Berg.
Yeah, it almost looked like it was going to be a waste of a huge hit down the line there as we saw McManus just kind of trip up there rounding first base, but he's able to get to second standing just fine. And that's the spark we were talking about, Rob. Let's see if they can capitalize off that double.
Yeah, unfortunately with the cool weather, you're going to start to get a little bit of dew on the grass, so maybe not ready to step and take that angle. Of course, there's also carpet over there in the coaching boxes, so maybe he stepped in that and wasn't quite ready. Maybe it was a little slick, but luckily he's able to get up and get to second base.
And before we saw that double, we were talking about Bryce Leisure checking in here for the Braves at catcher. Went to Citadel. It's his first season with the Braves. He'll be a junior in the fall. He's from Simpsonville, South Carolina, and that's got to be one of my favorite town names in America, Simpsonville. What a unique and interesting name.
You mean not Springfield?
Springfield, no. It's close, but Simpsonville just has a certain ring to it. But over at Citadel, Bryce Leisure recorded 14 RBIs with a batting average of .297. We await the pitch here with a man on second.
And the 1-1 delivery. Line drive out into
Get
center.
down.
It's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding third and coming in. The throw's going to be, it's actually going to get away and get to the backstop. So Colin Berg down to second base on the throwing error from the center fielder Costello. Single and an RBI for Berg and down to second base on the error.
And that's the spark we talked about, and we're seeing it, and let's get this roll going here. You've got another runner at scoring position Ball to Pino. He has sacrifice fly back in the 4th inning, and he flew out in the 2nd. Let's see if he can get the bat going right here and bring home Colin Berg, who was over at 2nd.
Berg taking his lead, and DePino looking at the first pitch that gets past the catcher. So maybe not the best idea, as that's got to be ruled a pass ball against Leisure, as that looked very catchable. And DePino now, or excuse me, now Berg over at third base, and DePino a perfect opportunity to get another run.
Yep, and Leisure just checked into the game, and you see that right there as he's still kind of just getting his bearings straight here, just getting comfortable right now, and that's a ball he wants back. He really should have had that one, and it really puts the Dodgers in the driving position here.
And the delivery, that one's in the dirt. Ooh. Good block there by Leisure.
Yeah, it makes up for the last one right there, able to keep that in front of him. And up to bat right now, we're still working on it here. Paul DePino, he's working himself a count here, as we still got the runner at 3rd. The Dodgers trail 4-2 right now here in the bottom of the 7th. And a big swing and a miss there. DePino really going for the fences on that one.
No, we just need a fly ball or, ground ball that gets past the pitcher, not to the corners. Corners in now for the Braves.
You only recorded 1 out so far in this inning, so anything up should you score a run and not retire the inning.
And missing outside that time was Kleins.
And he's working himself here. We're getting close to that. Is that a full count now?
3-1.
3-1. We're almost there.
Now, good hitters count for the Dodgers. 5-hitter, third baseman Paul DePino. 3-1 pitch. Missing the outside corner.
Runners on the corners now for the Dodgers. The tying run is at first base, and it didn't think, coming into this inning, I didn't think I'd be saying that, but here we are right now, Rob. It was only a 3-run game, but it always seemed a lot bigger than that, and John Kleins has work cut out for him. He just checked in this inning, and he's put himself in a big hole here.
And now he's going to get a visit to the mound, as just walking a batter put runners at the corners with just the one away.
Paul Nixon coming up here.
The big Paul Nixon.
Paul Nixon 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded out to short, back in the 2nd inning, and he struck out swinging in the 4th. So he's 0 for 2, but he's a big guy, and he can definitely change the game with just one swing of the bat, and that's why they put him at the DH right there.
So just got word we've got a bit of scorekeeping to just kind of attend to. Way back in the 5th inning, the leadoff hitter of the 5th, Miles Mensah, hit a ball deep into the hole at short. Well, I don't know if it was deep into the hole at short, but it was definitely into the hole at short. Got under the glove of the shortstop, Gauthier.
That was our first hit of the game there for the Dodgers.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was not?
It was an error.
Oh.
It's been changed to an error, so the Dodgers just 2 hits, the 2 hits in this inning. So just in case you're keeping score, that's now an error, and unable to check his swing was Nixon on the breaking ball in the dirt.
Yep, that one back in the 5th, that was a 50-50 one right there. That could have gone either way.
I like the benefit of the doubt, especially to break up the no-hitter right there. But sometimes you got to kind of give it to the pitcher just because it is the no-hitter situation.
That one a little too far outside there.
That'll even the count at a ball and a strike. Somebody's running the scoreboard incorrectly because he swung at the first pitch. So 1-1. As Kleins will come set, checks the runner at first, and he'll come home. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nixon.
I wonder if we're the only ones that have noticed the error right now.
No, the umpire's trying to tell them right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we can get an extra swing here, we can get a 5th down or something like that. There's some football fans that will get that one. We'll get a 4th strike. I don't know if that's ever been done before.
And the 2-1.
Get out.
Little liner out into right center. Over is Costello. He makes the catch, tagging, and coming in from third as the ball is getting cut off. And coming in to score is Colin Berg. And a sacrifice fly for Nixon drives in a run, and the Dodgers are within one.
And the whole atmosphere of this game has turned around completely. If you go back to the first and 2 innings where the Braves had put up quickly 4 runs right off the bat, all of a sudden we're only 1 run away here in the 7th inning, and it looks like the Braves are having some issues on the mound. John Klein's just checked in. He's already having some difficulty.
First pitch to Miles Mensah, who we just mentioned, is freshly 0 for 2 after he didn't get the credit for the hit, or he had the credit for the hit removed. The foul ball back here to the screen.
So Mensah, like you said, strikeout back in the 3rd, and then got on first with an error, that scorekeeping change. But we still got a man on first with 2 outs.
And a 1-1 count on the batter. Here comes the pitch. That's going to miss outside. And just with that scorekeeping change, we actually have the final book on DeFazio. 5 innings, no hits, 1 run, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts is the final book on DeFazio.
Very impressive work right there in just 5 innings.
Extremely.
And John Klein's kind of spoiling that work right now with a 4-3 ball game.
And a swing and a miss and a good block there by Leisure. Now, at the time he left, he didn't have the no-hitter, right?
Yeah.
Because it was listed as a hit. And then they took the hit away after he left. Like, I wonder if like that kind of like irks you. Like,
yeah.
No, like I had the no-hitter, but they just didn't tell me it was a no-hitter.
I knew it was a no-hitter. Yeah, exactly. That's what he's thinking. But since they made these 2 changes here at pitcher and catcher, it's been downhill for the Braves.
Breaking ball is going to miss the outside corner, maybe a little bit low. They'll run the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And first baseman Weishire.
And anything in play here is going to possibly bring a run home.
Is going to play behind the runner at first base.
Yeah.
DePino's off with the pitch.
And he's a fast kid. He can move. There he goes. Doesn't matter.
Swing and a miss as Mensah down on strikes. His 2nd strikeout of the game. 2nd strikeout of the inning for John Klein's. And that's going to do it for the Dodgers. But they put a pair on the board. They trail by just 1 as we head to the top of the 7th. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. All right, welcome back. Top of the 7th inning. Baltimore Dodgers. They'll be facing off against a new pitcher, Jack Ackerman from the Citadel.
Now batting for the Braves, from the Citadel, number 31, Jack Ackerman.
Seeing a couple changes on both sides. The Dodgers also change up who's going to be on the mound. Joseph Peluso will check in here, the right-handed pitcher from Westchester University. He's originally from Doylestown, Pennsylvania. He's also a D2 national champ back in 2017, so he knows what it's like to win. Let's see if he can bring that winning energy over here to the Dodgers.
And the Braves are going to look like they're going to be an interesting team this year. They're going to be playing a lot of their players, so they're definitely going to keep us on our toes up here in the booth. So the fastball will miss as Peluso with his first delivery to Ackerman. And the second delivery fouled off over into the parking lot. And 1-1 the count on the new batter for the Braves. As we mentioned before, they played 16 of their hitters. A swing and a miss. And Ackerman down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. They played 16 of their players yesterday, and they've already made a change to their catcher, their center fielder, pitcher obviously, but they've already made a few changes. And now a swing and a miss, and Ackerman down on strikes.
Now batting for the Braves, shortstop from Hofstra, number 17, Austin Gauthier.
Gauthier now stands in. He's 0 for 2. Fly ball out to right, a strikeout looking in the 4th, and a sacrifice fly.
He's gotten his work, and he's covered just about all the bases and swinging, except for getting on base, except with that. But it is a 1-run ball game here, so all of a sudden the Braves' nice little 3-run lead cushion has been diminished to 1, so they've got to get the offense going because the Dodgers are creeping up right behind them.
And a foul ball out of play here evens the count at 1-1. New batter in the on-deck circle for the Braves.
Yep, we're seeing a lot of changes right now for the Braves as this game winds down towards the end here, trying to get the right pieces of the puzzle in here to get the W for both sides.
There's Jeff Stuke in the on-deck circle. 2-1. That's going to miss outside. 3-1 strike to Gauthier.
All the changes we're hearing in the broadcast, we're trying to get all the papers organized just to keep up with them. That's what you hear in the
3-1.
paper.
Hard fly ball out to right. That's going to get over the head of the right fielder, and it's going to be extra bases as Torres picks it up off the wall. Gets the ball in quickly, but a stand-up double for Austin Gauthier. And a runner at second base and 1 away as a new batter coming to the plate.
Now batting for the Braves, first baseman from the University of Dayton, number 35, Jeff Stoke.
Yep, Jeff Stoke, a Dayton Flyer, now checking into the game here. He had a 19-game appearance this past season in Dayton. The Flyers went 21-31 as Jeff was able to record 2 hits and just 1 double. So he gets his second double of this year if you combine the 2 seasons. He's a pre-physical therapy major. He had 3 strikeouts in yesterday's win.
And the first pitch to Stuke is going to miss. There's a runner in scoring position after the Dodgers put 2 on the board to get within 1. Braves are threatening here. As Peluso will come set, and he'll throw a breaking ball in there for a strike. Good pitch. Final line for Jason Reynolds. 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So good job keeping the Dodgers in the game. Good job working long relief right there.
Yep, so far it's been the middle pitchers for both sides that have done a great job. But
where'd that miss? There's a breaking ball. I guess just missing a little bit high.
And here comes Jeff Stuke. We talked about him from Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. Back to what we talked about earlier, we saw that big double by Austin Gauthier. You had talked about how this... Oh, that one goes foul here. We talked about this is such a deep ballpark. If you're able to get it over the outfielder's head, you're going places. And I'm almost surprised he wasn't able to get to third. You got to think that maybe just a little faster base runner. That guy's going to third.
Well, he hit it right over the right fielder's
head. He was right there.
If you go gap to the fence, there's no stopping you from getting a triple.
Yeah,
none.
And it looked. And then we talked about that was a bomb of a hit.
And a swing and a miss.
Jeff
Stuke down on strikes, so maybe not the best idea to pinch hit in this inning.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you've got a runner in scoring position here for the Braves, but 2 outs.
From Mars Hill College, number 14, Devin Mangum.
We've got a new hitter coming in, Devin Mangum.
Nick Wheeler will retire. We'll take a break. We talked about Devin Mango, the only reason he's very notable here is he's a teammate. He also goes to Mars Hill.
First delivery to Mangum is going to miss the inside corner.
Devin Magnum, teammate of second baseman Cody Klein. So the two of them playing together all season there in Mars Hill and down in North Carolina, and bringing it up here.
Catching that outside corner is Peluso. 1 ball and 1 strike as Mangum here is trying to get that run in from second base. The problem with the Dodgers last year was they never had that shutdown inning where they would score 2-3 runs to get back in the game or extend a lead, and then they'd give up a handful of runs as the 1-1 pitch swung on and missed by Mangum. So that's what Peluso's working towards here. Now you mentioned Peluso, junior from Westchester, hometown of Doylestown, PA. Has a fastball in the low 80s, but it shows some late life.
And as for the batter, Devin Magnum, and actually just right there, retired right there, but Magnum.
Whatever it is about him, it doesn't matter because he's down on strikes.
I like
That's the third strikeout of the inning down. Striking out the side was Peluso. We're going to go to the bottom of the 7th. We'll see if the Dodgers can get this lead now that they've seemed to have some momentum. So we'll find out when we get back. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. All right, bottom of the 7th inning, the Dodgers creeping their way back in as Dario Torres leads things off. The Dodgers have 8, 9, and 1 facing off against the left-handed pitcher John Klein's. The first delivery to Dario Torres is fouled off back to the screen.
Dodgers put up 2 last inning. You talked about 8, 9, 1. If they can just get 8 or 9 on base, and you got the top of the order right around the corner, and you can tie this game up or even take the lead. As that pitch is going to be a strike, and it looks a little fast and a little outside, but able to just hang around just enough. So Torres has worked himself to an 0-2 count. He's going to be able to defend the plate here. Here at the bottom of the 8th.
And he does just that as he fouls this one off the glove of the catcher Leisure. I have to go through and update all my where all my players are.
Yeah, the amount of turnaround here, it's been an interesting bit of arts and crafts back here in the booth. But 1 and 2 here, 0 and 2, excuse me. Way outside.
It's going to miss outside.
Yeah.
1 ball and 2 strikes now.
Bottom of the 8th here. Dodgers running out of time now. They got the push in the 7th to make it a 1-run game. That's what you needed to do in the 7th. And here you got 2 innings, some great body of work to get the job done.
1-2. Little chopper foul over towards the Dodger dugout in the third base coaching box. Right now, I'm transferring, making sure I have all the players in the right position, or at least who they went in for, and then I have to use the binoculars to see if that's where they're actually playing, because I doubt that's true, because they probably moved them all around the place.
Absolutely.
With the exception of Ackerman, who is definitely the designated hitter. Is the
they say nope.
No, he did swing, but the catcher did not make the catch. Is what that awkward little thing was. As the third strikeout of the game by Torres.
Now batting for the Dodgers, the left fielder from Sacramento State, number 16, Trevor Doyle.
You've probably seen the last of Torres there. Not the start he wanted. He got 3 strikeouts, 2 swinging, 1 looking, and all you can do is go up from there, and that's what we're going to hope for Torres. But up to bat now is Trevor Doyle. We talked about him earlier. They just simply call him Vegas because he is the only one from west of the Mississippi. He is way out there, but coming all the way here, he's going to be a freshman in the fall, Doyle, at Sacramento State.
Going even further west, out there to Cali.
He's a 4-year varsity player in high school. Senior year, by his senior year, he averaged .464 batting average. Added 28 RBIs and 3 home runs.
Takes the first 2 pitches out of the zone. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes.
It's impressive to come in here as a freshman and just take one of the starting roles right off the bat.
And that's going to miss. 3 balls and no strikes now, the count to Doyle. Base runner here would be big for the Dodgers.
Yep, keep that bat holstered right now. You need a base runner.
Get that tying run on the base paths. And that's in there for a strike. As John Kleins does not oblige.
3-1, and just like that can become 3-2 in a split second.
3-1 pitch. And that, I don't know if we're going to call that a hit by pitch or a walk. It's either.
Doesn't look like he got. He's not flinching.
I think he got a piece of his
hobbing.
jersey,
Yeah,
to be
man.
honest. Video replay. Let's zoom it in. Can we zoom it in? Nope, sorry, folks. You got the exact same view we've got. Can't see any better.
I talked about going to this one. You had the 8 and 9 coming up. You needed one of them to get on base to get yourself to the top of the order. Alex Taylor, he's done some good work today so far. He's scored, and he's got to bring home the tying run over at first base.
And that one's going to miss, I guess, a little bit low. It looked pretty good over the heart of the plate, but no strike. So I guess we're going to call that a little bit low.
And right now, Trevor Doyle over at first base, and they're really looking at him. As Klein's just staring down first baseman.
It's going to miss outside and low. Now maybe he needs to worry a little bit less about the runner over at first and worry about throwing strikes.
And the Dodgers, it's been a game of pickoffs and stolen bases so far, so it wouldn't be uncharacteristic right now for Klein to go for. Oh! And all of a sudden,
runner goes.
Making the move is Doyle. That's going to go into center field.
All right, that's a break for the Dodgers as he gets the steal.
And then he picks up an interference call. He just sort of bulldozed the shortstop right there, Austin Gauthier, just knocked him over. And I was a little curious what the protocol was going to be right there, but they're just going to call interference.
So, yeah, he called obstruction because the fielder was in his way, and he ruled that if the fielder was not in his way, he would have gotten to third base anyway. So that's the call. He steals second base, goes to third on the error, I guess, is technically how it is. But it was an obstruction ruling.
But right now, if you're Alex Taylor, you came at this at bat with your tying run at first, and he did all the work, and now he's at third. So anything, just about in the field could bring in the tying run right now.
As the Braves don't seem to really care if they give up the tying run, as the entire infield is playing deep.
Yeah, you're right.
Deep, like not even regular depth.
Look at the second and shortstops. Oh,
and a line drive, base hit in the left, and that's going to tie the game. As coming in from third is Trevor Doyle. And Alex Taylor, with his first RBI of the season, ties this thing up at 4. And D. Shelton coming to the plate.
From Hillsborough Community College, number 1, DeAndre Shelton.
And Alex Taylor getting the job done. He knew what he had to do, and he accomplished it, to say the least here. And just like that, we're all knotted up at 4 apiece here in the 8th.
First delivery to Shelton in there for a strike.
D. Shelton looked like he wanted a bunt there for a second. He's got a man at first, trying to move the runner along with 1 out. Would be an interesting move.
Well, he's also got some speed, so wouldn't be surprised if he's just trying to get a base hit and have 2 runners on him. The ball in the dirt now.
Yep, they're working on a lot of bunting this afternoon in batting practice before the game. So they're definitely ready to pull off any maneuver or any trick they need to. Dodgers climbed out of a 4-0 hole, knocked this one up at 4 apiece, and we've got the winning run, the leading run necessarily, yep.
He does square there and fouls it off.
Over at first base, Alex Taylor. D. Shelton so far got picked off in the first inning after being walked. He got walked in the 4th inning, and he struck out swinging in the 7th inning. So he's 0 for 1 on the day, but he's been on the bag twice.
0-2, or 1-2, excuse me, the count to D. Shelton. It's the infield at double play depth. Check on the runner and the delivery. That's going to be a foul ball over towards Juan Waters in the first base coaching box. Over warming up for the Braves, number 30, Andrew Mayhew out of Millersville University.
There's a few Millersville University players here today. That's what we were talking about earlier. Just players on both sides of these teams are teammates elsewhere, but they're foes today.
1-2 again. Swing and a miss, and down goes Shelton. That's his second strikeout today. The second time that Kleins has gotten him.
Now batting for the Dodgers, the first baseman from Pitt, number 12, Michael McManus.
McManus doubled back in the 7th inning. He's able to be a scoring run, part of that 2-run splurge back in the 7th.
Nice. We'll take another one of those little flare doubles this time as he swings and misses. The pitch in the dirt. Down the count, no balls and 1 strike. As you mentioned, that double in the 6th. He's also struck out twice. But he did score the second run of the ball game for the Dodgers. The 1-2 or the 0-1 pitch and another swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. McManus maybe not seeing the ball as well this at bat.
0-2 Alex Taylor just stranded at first base right there, trying to just advance and move himself along here, but he's going to need a little help from his first baseman. As the Braves are ready to pick him off at any given moment, we're seeing them put first baseman right on the bag. Jeff Stuck, who just came in from Dayton University, transferred there this past season.
Now, if I'm Taylor over there, I might be looking to go here because there's really no hurt. You're gonna, if you get thrown out, you start the inning with your number 3 batter in the plate, or that could happen.
Yep.
And a strikeout looking.
You want to coach this team?
McManus, well, I mean, it would have happened anyway if he would have taken that pitch, so it wouldn't have mattered. But he strikes out looking. That's the 3rd strikeout. No, excuse me. Wow, I got that wrong. I got 5th. His 3rd strikeout, McManus's, but the 5th strikeout of the game for Kleins. And that's going to do it for the Dodgers, but they tie it up, and we're heading to the 8th. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. Alrighty, welcome back to the top of the 8th inning. Well, guess what? Dodgers started off pretty slow. Now we're tied. Now it's 4-4. And Peluso in for his 2nd inning of work as Vinny Costello.
It looks like Vinny Costello, yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry, I didn't change his number in my book yet. I put his name down, but I didn't put the number next to his name.
Yep,
Vinny Costello. Squaring the bunt and pulls back, but takes a strike.
Costello, the outfielder from Hofstra. He started in 35 games and made 38 appearances this past season for the Pride and batted .215.
And another pitch in there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes to Costello. In the on-deck circle, Brandon White. Out of, well, Millersville University. It's the 0-2 pitch in the dirt.
So far, Costello's been walked and was able to get to second on a stolen base. But he was thrown out. Yeah.
The 1-2 pitch missing, evens the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. I was going to say, I've got
He's
a
got
caught
thrown out.
stealing.
Yeah,
here.
got caught stealing. Made up 3 up, 3 down back in the 5th. So his second at-bat appearance.
2-2. High pop-up into foul territory. Colin Berg over by the Dodger dugout. DePino, where is Berg going?
He's going home.
Berg ran over to the dugout, but the ball's all the way out by third base, and DePino actually overran it, and it drops. Those are some of the hardest balls to field.
Absolutely.
It was so high, and I guarantee you it was probably like 4,000 revolutions per minute back towards the infield. You almost have to play that like an outfielder and let the ball come to you.
And especially something we lose here is when it's up in the lights like that, you can lose it.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Castillo. And here it comes. Breaking ball didn't break. Looked like he tried to snap it off just based on his arm action, but the ball didn't break at all.
Just stuck
and
inside
run to
right
count
there.
3-2.
Full count now.
That's on the outside corner, and down looking goes Castillo.
He gone.
And that's the 4th strikeout for Peluso in the game. The only blemish so far, the double out over the right fielder Torres' head.
We've seen just waves and runs of good pitching and then some troublesome pitching. This is one of those runs right now where it's been a good pitching effort from the mound for the Dodgers.
Peluso delivering the first pitch to Brandon White, and that'll miss. Peluso last summer played in the Atlantic Collegiate Baseball League for the Quakertown Blazers. Appeared in 11 games, starting 4, went 2-0, had a 3.92 ERA, walked 14 and struck out 26. It's a foul ball here by White, leaving the count at a ball and a strike.
Four right now. You're not here at the top of 8. We talked about that spark for the Dodgers. They gave it. Are we going to see a Braves revenge run here, trying to get their 2 cents in as they blew a 4-0 lead?
1-1 off speed in there for a strike. Nice pitch there by Peluso. He's now ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes.
Infielders playing back, no one on base.
1-2 delivery, and that one staying up and in, evens the count at 2-2. As White kind of ducking out of the way. Second baseman Cody Klein in the on-deck circle. White came in the bottom half of the 7th as a defensive replacement. This is his first time at the plate, the 2-2. Fly ball out in the left center. Doyle makes the call, gets under it, and makes the catch for out number 2. If my eyes are not deceiving me, I believe Doyle plays the outfield with a mouthpiece hanging out of his mouth.
Little Steph Curry action,
Yeah.
baseball.
Number 5, Cody Klein.
Cody Klein now, the second baseman. We talked about him earlier from Mars Hill College down in North Carolina. 6'1", 185 pounds. He's making his Giants season, not quite debut as they had their first game yesterday, but first time playing for the Giants here in the Cal Ripken League. Appeared in 46 games this past season for Mars Hill with a .239 average and 22 ribbies.
Klein swinging and missing at the first Peluso delivery, and the 0-1 catching that outside corner for strike 2.
Klein 0 for 2 today, but he picked up a run back in the second inning after getting walked and joined the stolen base parade.
Klein's choking up on the bat now, and a breaking ball in the dirt. Good block there by Berg, but no offer by Klein. It's hard. Klein and their pitcher Kleins.
Yeah.
With 2. I keep wanting to call him Kleins, and I have to stop myself before I throw that S out there. Braves look like they're going to have a new pitcher coming in to start the next innings. Fastball going to miss the outside corner.
We're at 2-2 count, 2 outs, and no one on base here for the Braves here at the top of the 8th.
In case you're just joining us, the Braves scored 4 in the first 2 innings. The Dodgers have battled back with 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th, and then 1 in the 7th, and a swing and a miss, and down goes Klein. And Peluso with his 5th strikeout of the game. The Dodgers coming to bat in the bottom of the 8th, hoping to take the lead and maybe close things out in 9.
Yep.
That would be fantastic. We'll be back after this. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball.
Now batting for the Dodgers, the catcher from Villanova, number 33, Colin Berg.
Can you hear me?
Nope.
Okay. That's a problem. How'd that happen? Okay, looks like we're live, but we can't hear each other. So I'm just going to pop my one ear off, and we're just going to talk like this, because I think my splitter's not working properly right now. So, yeah.
Just some in-game adjustments on the field and in the broadcasting booth.
Right, 'cause it looks like we're good. I've got levels, so we're fine. Colin Berg, we're going to lead things off with Andrew Mayhew coming into pitch. 1-1 currently the count on Colin Berg.
Oh, get out.
With a fly ball out to right. White under it. He makes the catch for out number 1.
Now batting for the Dodgers, the third baseman.
Berg there.
Number 10.
Still nothing. Okay, still can't hear anybody. All right. So this is how it is. Paul DePino is going to come to the plate. He reached first base via the walk the last time.
Had a sacrifice fly, back in the 4th that brought in our first run for the Dodgers.
So just the 0 for 1 then on the day.
Mm-hmm.
Fastball catching the inside corner for a strike.
Tied up at 4 apiece right now. Dodgers rallied from trailing 4-0 after 2. Got themselves out of a jam and got some offense going as of late. As they picked up 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 7th, and 1 in the 8th. And here we are.
DePino down in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes is taking 2 pitches right on the corner. And that delivery is going to miss. 1 ball now and 2 strikes to DePino. The wind and the delivery from Mayhew. On the outside corner. There's that outside corner extended. And DePino down on strikes. Well, you can't really complain considering we've been getting it all game. So,
Yeah.
You know, it happens. That's just what it is. John Klein's, his line score, 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 5. So not exactly what you wanted to see if you're the Braves.
Oh.
Little fister out into shallow left center. Coming in is Mangum, and he makes the catch, and the Dodgers down quickly here in the 9th. And if they're going to win, they're going to have to walk it off.
Yep.
So we're going to go to the top of the 9th inning. This is Baltimore Dodgers baseball. All right, welcome back. Hey, I can hear myself.
About to say, able to figure out those technical difficulties.
Sometimes you just got to unplug stuff and plug them back in.
As simple as that.
As we're now in the top of the 9th inning.
And Peluso with the pitch here. A swing and a miss. On that one right there. Adam Colin, third baseman, one of the few players that has not checked out of this game for the Braves. He's been in the whole time. And the umpire is going to call a ball on that one. A little fastball down low. 1-1 now for Colin, excuse me. Oh, get there, get there. There you go. What a play out in center field by Alex Taylor, able to track that one down, makes the sliding effort to get the first out of the inning and avoid any damage here because we are in enemy territory, top of 9. You just want to get out of this one here if you're Joseph Peluso and let your bats do the work for you.
Yeah, and actually, with all the confusion today, I have to apologize to you, Matthew. You were supposed to get the middle 3 innings of play-by-play, and I completely stopped. So I'm going to let you get this inning so when the Dodgers walk it off, you can get the exciting call to end the game.
We'll take what we can get here as Peluso delivers there the first strike of the at-bat here for Frank Negro. And that one's going to fly out there into right field. That's going to land, and Dario Torres will get that one and collect it in. And excuse me, that was Bryce Leisure on that hit. We got a man on first now for the Braves. 1 out.
From the Citadel, number 31, Jack Ackerman.
Ackerman here. Checking in, he had a strikeout back in the 7th inning. Came in place of Brett Norwood. 1 out and a ball. And no strikes here. The man on first. All tied up here at 4 apiece here at top of 9. It's a fastball right outside there.
Ooh, where'd that miss? Had to be low.
That's what it looks like. And he's going to get, oh, and just gets over the head right there. Paul DePino out at third base. It just chopped right over the mitt right there, and now we've got 2 runners on base, 1 in scoring position, and the Braves are making moves here at top of 9.
Yeah, and that's a little unlucky there, as DePino playing even with the bag had the ball chop over his head.
Now batting, number 17.
We got a runner on second and first. 1 out for Joseph Peluso, who's been great so far. He's gotten strikeouts all over the place. He's only given up a double, but until this inning. As that one's going to go into right field. Can Torres get to it? No, that's going to go to the corner. That's going to score 1. Can we get 2 for the Braves now? As that ball gets away from Miles Mensa, that's going to bring in 2, and the double right there. And all of a sudden, the Braves have reclaimed their lead, and they are in the driver's position.
Yeah, Torres, when he got to that, he kind of threw it in wildly.
He just tried to get it in a little too quickly. Instead of settling his feet, I don't know if it would have much of a difference. It may have saved 1 run, but that's going to bring in 2 right there, and the Braves all of a sudden have a 6-4 lead here at top of 9. Peluso just wanted to get out of this one, but he's got his work cut out for him. He's got 1 out and a runner on second. As the hitting parade continues, it's going to be a pop-up into just Miles Mensa's going to get it out in the outfield. He backed up to get that one. Called off Torres. But that'll bring us to 2 outs with a runner on second.
Yeah, Torres, just to go back to that, Torres trying to get the ball in quickly, threw it towards second base and overthrew everybody. And that could be huge, as the, if there's a runner on third, he probably doesn't advance there, and now we're at 2 outs. So that run could end up being unearned, and if the Dodgers just score 1, it's much bigger than what it appears to be right now. So if 1-run lead in the bottom in the 9th,
you can work with that, and all of a sudden, but now you need 2 runners on base just to get the tying run back. But we got a man on second here with 2 outs, and the pitch, and that's going to go way inside. It's going to get away from the catcher right there. Colin Berg unable to hold on to that one, which will advance Adam Gauthier all the way to third base. So now you've got another run just 90 feet away. Up to bat here for the Braves is Devin Magnum. Magnum came in the 6th inning. He's got a strikeout in the 7th. Struck out swinging. He's got a second. He's 0 for 1 today. But he's got a runner at third. Dodgers trying to get out of a jam here. They gave up 2. But they don't want to give up 3. And gets a strike there. It's Joseph Peluso.
and Mangum was a hell of a pitcher in high school. 1.81 ERA, 64 strikeouts, and 62 innings pitched as a senior. He also hit .322.
And he'll take the walk right there. Yeah, he just transferred from Furman over to Mars Hill.
Center fielder from Hofstra, number 19, Vinny Costello.
Vinny Costello coming up here. We talked about him earlier. He got on base back in the 5th with a walk, and then got caught stealing, and then has a strikeout. So he's 0 for 1 today. But he's got runners to the corners, and that ball goes low. 2 outs here. 2 runs given up thanks to a double courtesy of Austin Gauthier, who's now at third. And another low one, so that makes it 2-0 here for Joseph Peluso from Westchester University, originally from Doylestown, Pennsylvania. And off to the races, and that one's going to take the runner out right there, and that's going to bring home Gauthier. And a questionable decision by Colin Berg there. You had a runner at third. If that was not going to get caught, they were going to score. Interesting decision to throw there at second. I would have held on to it.
Yeah, knowing the situation. I mean, it's obviously hindsight 2020, but knowing the situation, you might want to just let your pitcher try and work to this batter rather than trying to get the runner down at second base.
Mm-hmm. But now, And that one's going to go deep into left. Will it go foul? It looks like it will. Oh, wow. Unbelievable. Did he hold on to it? No, he just let go at the last second. It looked like he may have gotten it. Going all the way over there was Trevor Vegas Doyle, and he collided with the fence.
He overran it.
Overran it, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't need to get all the way to the fence to make that catch. He ran past it, and the ball landed behind him. That's big with that runner at second base because that's a ball that he could have caught. But hopefully Peluso can get out of this, and it won't matter.
We got a runner at second, and a swing and a miss, and that will retire the inning. However, the Braves do put on 3 to take a 7-4 lead. The Dodgers have some offense to do going into the bottom of the 9th inning. Let's see what they can do. We're going to step aside when we come back. We've got some high-intensity baseball here. You listen to Dodger Baseball. Miles Mensa.
Well, I think he's actually literally asking if they're pinch hitting.
Are they pinch hitting? Good hitting. And welcome back here to Dodger Baseball. I'm Matthew Peterson. Alongside me, Rob Stadnick. And we are here at the bottom of the 9th. Dodgers trail 7-4. They climbed their way out of a 4-0 hole, only to give up 3 runs here at the top of 9. And they've got some work to do, and it starts off with second baseman Miles Mensa.
Yeah, Mensa.
And he'll swing at the first pitch. It's going to be a grounder to short, and he gets the first out right there. On that one was Austin Gauthier, who picked up the first out. 1 down, 2 more to go for the Braves. And coming up now is Dario Torres, the right fielder.
Dodgers right fielder from West Virginia Tech, number 22, Dario Torres.
Torres 0 for 3 on the day with 3 strikeouts. It'll be a good time. He's due for a hit, you got to think, so this would be a good time for one.
Absolutely, especially get that strikeout monkey off your back. That's a big monkey. That's like a gorilla.
Yeah.
I don't know, what's the biggest monkey?
An elephant? Oh, monkey?
That's certainly
I
not
missed
the
that
right answer.
part. We'll go with gorilla. As he takes a 2-0 count there. So that's the kind of start you need right there. But when you're down 3 runs, you need runners on base. So you got to be patient. Get yourself on base if you can be walked, and let the person after you do some more work. But he just chops at that one, fouls it off to the screening behind him, makes it 2-1.
They got a fastball up a little bit. I mean, for me, that's not the pitch I want to see 0-2, but he might like that up and in fastball.
And I'll take that one right there. That's one I think he wants back because that was a nice ball right down the middle.
Off speed, maybe sitting fastball there. Got the off speed pitch.
2-2 now. And he'll foul that one off there to make it still keep it at 2-2. 1 out. Dodgers need 3 here at the bottom of 9 to get themselves back in this one. Dario Torres up to bat now. Oh.
Ooh, watch out in the stands.
And one of the few lucky fans will go home with a game ball today.
The game ball, a game barrel.
A game barrel.
More like it.
Yeah. Torres out of West Virginia University Institute of Technology. He's bounced around a little bit. Used to play at the Iowa Southern Community College, but major in accounting. Played 38 games this past season and registered a .273 average with 25 RBIs and 35 hits. Good time to make it 36 for this season. You combine those two. 2-2 now. No one on base. And a good eye by Torres, make it 3-2.
A big pitch here for the Dodgers. They need to get this runner on without 2 outs being on the board.
Full count. Ooh, checks at that one. Looked a little inside. Was able to get his barrel on it, so we'll keep it at 3-2.
It's kind of unlucky, to be perfectly honest right there. You'd rather that miss the bat altogether.
It looked like it was going to be a ball, but he just got a piece of it, which is unfortunate, but gives us a full count again. Oh, and struck out looking. He doesn't like it, but he's going to take the slow walk back to the dugout. And the Dodgers are down to their last out in their season opener here at home at Joe Cannon Stadium. And Torres will end the day 0 for 4, 4 strikeouts, 2 looking, 2 swinging. Not the start he wanted, but here comes Trevor Doyle. As the first pitch will be a ball, it was down low, a fastball. Doyle scored back in the 8th inning, which was a tying run at the time. Able to get on after getting walked, got on a stolen base, and then an error took him to third, and then he went all the way home after that. That one goes way outside. So 2-0 count here for Doyle. He's got 2 outs. You got to take what you can get here if you're Doyle.
Yeah, runners, runners, runners. That's pretty much what we're looking for here.
Oh, get down. There you go. And that one will pop out into center field, and Doyle will park himself right at first base. And it's a start, and it's all you can do. One batter at a time. You can't get 3 runs in one at-bat with no one on.
Well, the biggest thing there is that it gets you back to the top of the order.
Yep, and Alex Taylor drove in the tying run earlier. And let's see if he, can't do it this time. He needs 2 more people on base to do that. But Taylor up to bat now from Laurel, Maryland. That ball looks a little high to me up here in the booth, so that make it a 1-0 count. Went to St. John's College, and he just transferred to VCU, so he hasn't actually played for VCU just yet. He'll be starting there in the fall. 1-0, 2 outs. And he'll take the first strike right there. So 1-1 with 2 outs now. And he's got Doyle on first. Taylor's been all over the place today. He flew out back in the first inning. He walked in the 4th, flew out in the 6th, and an RBI back in the 8th. An RBI single, that is. 7-4, Braves lead it here at the bottom of the 9th. Dodgers need 3 to keep this one going. And Alex Taylor, the rising junior, is the man to call. And it looks like Doyle takes a generous lead with the first baseman, Jeff Stuck, playing way back, not even entertaining the idea of a pickoff. Doyle eyeing that second base right now. 2-2 count, 2 outs. We are down to our last strike. Alex Taylor is the man to call. And that one's going to go into left field, and we're going to keep this game going and stay ourselves alive as Alex Taylor able to go oppo on that one. He puts it to left field. He goes to first, and all of a sudden, the tying run is at the plate, Rob.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you can just pass it on, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on, that's it. That's what you got to do.
Do your job. You can't do everyone's job. Just get yourself on base. That's what you got to tell yourself. Is you yourself can't do all the work. Just get yourself on base to the point where all of a sudden maybe you can do all the work. With a tying run here, D. Shelton, he struck out his last 2 appearances. Swings for that one. You got 2 outs here, the bottom of the 9th.
Shelton hasn't shown a lot of power throughout his career. None this year at Stetson University.
Yep.
And none his senior year in high school. So
yeah, he started in 5 games this past season for Stetson and did not record a hit. He was walked 5 times, and we'll take a walk here if he can keep that magic going. And today he's walked twice and he's struck out twice.
And McManus with a double back in the 6th. If we can get him to the plate, if he can duplicate that, Shelton with good speed could tie the game up on 1 extra base hit.
And that pitch goes a little outside here, making it 2-1. You got to be patient if you're Shelton. You got to know what kind of hitter you are. And if you know that your best chance is getting on base is a walk, then maybe, holster that bat just a little bit unless you get the pitch you like. 2 outs, runners on first and second. He'll chop that one. That's going to go to third. Get on your horse, cowboy. And he will, and bases are loaded. A little dribbler to third. And just like that, folks, when it looked like the Dodgers were down with no one on base and 2 outs, we're here with bases loaded.
It would be a nice thing to see.
A grand slam.
Oh, my goodness. That's
Christmas
not happening
in June right now.
We've
had some interesting jinx going our way so far today, so you never know. And it looks like the Braves are going to talk things over here at the mound. Bases loaded. Michael McManus, he had that double back in the 6th that made things interesting, that started the momentum push for the Dodgers. He struck out in his last at-bat, struck out looking. He's got 2 outs, though, so he's playing with fire. He cannot wait on anything.
Yeah, now the lefty-righty matchup with McManus. McManus, as we said, that double back in the 6th, but also 3 strikeouts. So let's hope we can get that double swing, or the other swing, the one that sends us home happy.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Tying run is at first. That's what matters right now. First, second, and third are nice, but we need first to get home. We need Alex Taylor, D. Shelton, excuse me. First pitch is a strike here for McManus, the third baseman. He's got 3 strikeouts on the day, as Rob mentioned, but he does have that double, which keeps us interested. And the 0-1 pitch. Oh, get down. Nope. And that will do the ball game. 7-4. Dodgers fall in their opener here at Joe Cannon Stadium. Rob, what are your thoughts right now going in? You climbed out of a 4-0 hole to make it 4-4, and then all of a sudden it looked like a little bit of life, but unfortunately just couldn't quite pull it off.
Yeah, they definitely showed some fight back there. Unfortunately, it just kind of fell apart there in the top of the 9th inning. They were able to fight back even more with getting the bases loaded with 2 outs. But that little fister by McManus just kind of put a damper on the whole thing, obviously. It started off rough, and it kind of ended rough for the Dodgers.
Yep, it just seemed a little too late there. They will get bases loaded, which definitely made things interesting. If you're the Dodgers going forward from this game, though, there's some bits and pieces you like. I think the one big takeaway from this game is that they shot themselves in the foot quite a bit with stolen bases. That's been the thesis of my paper so far, is just that they've given up stolen bases on ill-advised throws, and that's something they can work on going forward, and all of a sudden you work on that and you eliminate a few runs.
Yeah, I think Colin Berg was a little bit off today. He had some throws that definitely beat the runner but were a little bit low. That was, kind of an issue, unfortunately. I think Jason Reynolds obviously showed a good game. 4 innings, just 1 hit, no runs. And Joe Peluso actually had a pretty good game up until the 9th.
Yep, there's definitely been some bright spots. Braves will improve to 2-0 on the season. Dodgers drop their first game, so they fall to 0-1, but they'll play here tomorrow night.
Be sure to join us here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Just real quick housekeeping here. As you mentioned, the Dodgers fall to 0-1, and the Braves go to 2-0. Andrew Mayhew gets the win, goes 2 innings, gives up 3 hits, all in that last inning. No runs, didn't walk anybody, and struck out a pair. The losing pitcher today was Joe Peluso. 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. I have them as 2 earned, but that's not my call. It's the official scorer's call. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 6, so a good game up until that 9th.
Up until that 9th inning, just kind of fell apart there.
Yeah, it was a little bit tough. So
bit off more than you could chew.
One last time here from Joe Cannon Stadium, the Dodgers fall to the Braves by a score of 7-4. We'll be back the same time tomorrow night, about 7 o'clock first pitch. 6:30, we're going to try and get the stream up and running. So hopefully you join us. That's against the perennial championship contender Baltimore Redbirds, and some interesting players playing for that Redbirds team. So we hope you join us here for another edition of Baltimore Dodgers Baseball.